I liked this one. Hip hop beats. Let's. I don't know. Oh, this one's soul R&B. Maybe we'll do an hour and a half. Oh, gotta get to the ad. Oh, and good news, I unmuted myself. That's good. I don't care.
All right, I think we're live. We will be starting in a minute. I need to get my starting soon or be right back. What was that image I had? Come on. Wife texted it. Wait, or did I email it? All right. I hate getting pictures from my iPhone to my PC. I always end up just Gmailing them, but this is so janky. Ugh. Alright, so it looks like we are live on Twitch, and if I go to my YouTube channel... Alright, neat, we're live over there as well. Okay, if there's anybody here, let me know how levels are sounding. Am I double echoing on my mic? Oh, interesting. Yeah, I still need to figure out soundtrack audio, but I think y'all should be able to hear the music at least. Well, you might be a little loud on the music. Alright, so once I get this starting soon image, I'm going to put up a timer. And then, yeah, let's see. No way, the image broke? Yo, Kirk. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, okay, where did I save that? Alright, now I'm just getting mad. Professional software developer, by the way, cannot figure out how to get a JPEG from my phone to my computer. But it's not in the same place. This is just so silly. Like, I can also upload to Google Drive, which is probably a better, barely better strategy at this point. All right, Google Drive. Oh, it's because it's HEIC. Ugh. Yep. All right. Why? That wasn't even from a photo though. That was from drawing on the iPad. What drawing thing exports in HEIC? Can you export as JPEG or PNG and just email it? Well, my current image is definitely correct. I mean, I guess I can put on the face cam once I put up the green screen. Ah, well, that's not where I need to get it. I need to get it to the computer, not the phone. That's literally the problem. Email it. Yeah, just like literally use Gmail and send it to my... where's that light button, face cam? Oof, I look worse for wear. I look horrendous. White balance, now I'm orange, flawless. Neat. Okay, so this is the stream starting soon pre-roll. Yo, Dev, Eric Coates, good to see you in here. Yeah, so I'm currently working on making a stream starting soon image. Not even making, my wife made it, but just getting it to my stream because I'm that bad at technology as a technologist, so that's awesome. All right. Let's see if that worked. You send it to my personal email. Neat. An image. Yay. Save image as. Look, guys, success. Yeah, so this is literally, I'll do like a 5-minute timer probably. But this is going to be, I'm just going to go and grab some food, grab some beverage before we get started here. Image. Starting soon. Do I already have that? Starting soon, new. V2. Final.jpg. Boom. Correct dimensions. What an amazing graphic designer. I love you, babe. You did fantastic. Alright, let's, where do I actually go on this? Hang on, I got it. This is gonna be difficult for the mic placement, but we gotta go for, real.
Your head just got chopped off.
Is that the proper, what is it? Need to float me up a bit, change that size. Kilogram typing?
Perfect. You're hitting your computer screen, but it's all good. Right hand drinks with right. Oh, no, that's your wrong hand, left hand. Yep, there.
Is that it? Is that the realism? Is that the meta-breaking realism that we should go for on our stream? Apologies while I adjust the mic placement. But yeah, how dope is this? Look! Art! It's got my phone, my hydro flask, my Rubik's Cube, LaCroix can. That's not what my mic looks like or how it's mounted, but
You used to have one.
creative direction. I did used to have one like that. I no longer have that pop filter. Or levitating monitors, although I'm working on that. The levitating monitors is something that, yeah, the incantation is really hard to pronounce properly, so I've actually just chucked a few LCDs out the window by accident. But once I master that spell, the levitating monitors is really the, that's going to be the optimal setup for my personal workspace. Cool. Do I do a timer? The timer sources are kind of a pain. I always end up web inspector hacking. I set one up previously. Let's see if that one actually works. No, that's browser. Window capture. Timer. This one's got the crop padding. Does it have the crop padding? No, it does not. Alright. 8 minutes and 20 seconds. See, there is the stupid... What is it, a crop pad filter? Okay, left is fine. Top, what is that, 250 pixels? Nope. 110, alright, neat. Right. How is that bigger? That doesn't make any sense. Whatever. Bottom will throw a 20 pixel. I don't know. That seems like it works. 35. Cool. It's a timer. It's numbers. Can I rotate, like... highly engaging streamer content. I should just enter in the text field at this point, but whatever, that's like close-ish enough. Oh, babe, we're gonna check your perspective here. Do I need a skew? What is this song? Alright, we're gonna skip that one. Nice Twitch soundtrack has an explicit track on their playlist. Sick. As much as... oh, it's not square, it needs a skew. Whatever, close enough. That looks like a timer, right? Okay, 6 minutes to get some food and things. Be right back. Okay, one thing I realized is that, like, what is the right way to stick my face cam in this scene? Oh no, I'm moving the wrong thing. Dude, freaking OBS. The art's great, babe. I just want to put myself in a place that it doesn't interfere with the art.
You don't even have that keyboard.
Wife says, just put yourself over the keyboard. You don't even have that keyboard. My first feedback when she showed me this, which I love this again. My wife's an amazing artist. I love what she came up with here. But I started looking at it, and I'm a programmer, and I'm detail oriented. So I'm like, babe, that's not what I have though. I don't have an Apple Magic Mouse, and I don't have. Oh no, this cable is gonna be difficult. It's like, babe, I don't have a numpad. Come on, I'm on a 60%. What are you talking about? That's not even my keyboard. The green screen's pretty good here. Yeah. She's like, I didn't go with real life references. No, it looks amazing. I love this layout, though. This is the GMMK Pro from Glorious. So I get the volume knob and 4 of those side buttons, but I don't really use a number pad. So this gives me what I need for programming and gaming with a bit of a more compact layout. And I still have the function keys. I've tried to do the super compact 60% that doesn't have the top function row, and I just can't do it, dude. Like, the macroing in with FN modifier is just, never could quite wrap my head around that. As a technologist, that's not my keyboard. My Saturday's going great. Luke is in the chat. Okay, so Luke, what we're doing today, and anybody else, so any viewers, we're doing some lightning talks, so like coffee chat style, just 15 minutes, start a timer, join a Discord channel with me, and we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. So like at work, I was talking about, I do this a lot with interns and with junior developers for mentorship stuff, but wherever you are in your journey, if you're a beginner, if you're just getting into tech, if you're a programmer for 5 years, 10 years, you know, whatever stage you're at, let's just chat. I won't necessarily have all the answers, but I'm going to share resources, other content creators and educators that I think do a really good job speaking to these topics. So don't have too high of expectations for me specifically, but anybody's welcome to join. This will be the first of a few, hopefully. I want to do a consistent stream schedule, and I'm working on kind of fleshing that out, as well as starting my Discord. And so we'll get I should probably make a chat command for a Discord invite. Oh, no, I know what I should do. I should do a new... Alright, we'll start with some coding. I'm going to reset the timer and grab one more thing, but we'll start with some programming, because I think I am in the software dev channel. So this will be adding a route to my personal website so that you can go to, like right now, where is a browser I want to use? Oh, that's YouTube thingy. So I'm going to be building a list of people that are interested, either today or in other days. So if you want to join, the only requirements are that you have Discord and a decent microphone, you know, that you're able to be heard on stream. If you have a webcam and you're interested, we can use ping.gg to have dual webcams on stream. So anybody that's got that kind of setup or is open to that, we'll definitely do some video interview style if that is desirable. Everything's being streamed, so obviously we can't talk about anything proprietary or anything that you're, you know, personally, anything that your company or an organization you're working for under contract with wouldn't want you to share, right? So nothing proprietary, nothing that's going to get you in trouble. But just in general terms about life, development, programming, learning, etc. And Luke, I've actually been talking to, so there's a handful of individuals I've reached out to for doing more defined long-form interviews. So the idea here, I'm just going to pause this so I don't get like anxiety looking at it. The interviews are going to be more of an hour-long deal, and so this is going to be with one individual. We'll talk through their kind of tech testimonial. So the idea is journey, what is your path looked like, what did you do to learn and grow in technology, and then finishing those interviews with an optional chunk of gaming. So my idea is pick up whatever game the interviewee wants to play, and we hop together for some Overwatch or League or whatever, and just have some fun at the end of the interview. So Luke is one of the first individuals who I reached out to initially, and I've watched his stream. He does software development streams, so please go and give Luke a follow. In fact, we'll use that fancy new shout out command. Definitely go and follow Coding with Luke on Twitch. He's got some awesome software dev streams, he's doing a lot more content, and we might be doing a Twitter space together soon. So if Luke is available, he might be one of our first guests here today, and we can just chat a little bit about that Twitter space, about content creation, streaming, software development, whatever Luke wants to talk about. And I actually got a League of Legends account on the EU West server, specifically so I can play with Luke. So I was leveling up a League account to unlock Smite. I can't get the Smite summoner spell until level 7 or 8. But yeah, I made a new account to check the ping, and hey, I can play with people in Europe with like 150 milliseconds ping, which is fine. It's not unplayable. I shouldn't play Lee Sin or probably Renekton, but I'll queue up as a tank, and you know, I can still get CS and not die. But yeah, so if you're not in the Discord, this was the first thing. Oh boy. I need to get organized. So I'm going to bring up a Notion document that we can use to kind of track this. Close the window on accident. Now the source is gone. Brilliant. I'm going to make a list of individuals. I'm just going to start typing in chat. So if you're interested, put something in Twitch chat, DM me on Twitter, hop into the Discord. I'll grab that link right now before we implement the redirect. introduction channel invite. I need, like I said, I need to make an actual, I don't even think I have a bot in here. Do I have FossiBot? No. Yeah, there's no add command. Okay, well there's a link that'll get people into the Discord initially. It's very work in progress and unorganized, like I said, but getting in there will have enough that I have a voice channel for on stream, and so we can pull people in. No worries, Luke. Yeah, we can do it another day. But yeah, definitely feel free to hang out, lurk, chat, give advice. I may transition this, depending on how many people we get interested in the coffee chats, I may transition this into doing a rant or two on tech topics for clipping for a YouTube video later. This morning we were speaking a lot in Twitter Spaces about imposter syndrome and tutorial hell. And so we might do some, I mean, I might just bring up a Theo vid and start with, no, I won't call it reaction content, but educational watching together. Because he has a really good video on tutorial hell already, and then I have a thread today that I put out that's basically reiterating what he says in the video, but I think it could, it might be a good, you know, practice video for me on my editing and everything to put together, I don't know, probably won't even be that long, but a 5 to 10 minute clip on kind of my thread, and I'll flesh it out a bit more. So if you want to watch some, like, you know, writing, content drafting, like script writing for a YouTube video, I might do that. And I might make some memes. So here's my other, here, I'll share this scene for a second. This was one of the ones that I like. Nope. There we go. There's the right monitor. Alright, so this is my Photoshop. This was a meme I was proud of. This is the last meme I made, but might make some memes for the Twitters. Might do some... I know why that monitor was off. Okay, I needed to fix that. Okay. I need to change my primary monitor, and I hope my resolution is at least good. I think my resolution is. It's which monitor is the primary. Yep. Boom. Okay. Now everything's gonna move. I'm gonna lose all of the organization that I just did. But if we go over... Okay, sweet. So I got the stuff in the right places. I'm gonna check chat and then add another... I'm gonna add another browser source here so that we can do... Okay, so here's coffee chats, rants. And then let's go to the Discord chat, or the Twitch chat. So first we're gonna do dev, and we'll just do voice. I think he said he doesn't have a thing. We need to chat on weekly space, Luke. Yes, no, I got you. You can just chat here a little bit too if you want to. You can just drop some what you're thinking in text, but we can definitely hop on a voice call to flesh out those details off stream. But yeah, so here are. I'm just gonna use this to kind of build. Wrong source. I'm just gonna use this to kind of build up a bit of a list here and check my Twitter mentions and Discord. Okay, so people that joined my Discord. We've got a stream chat channel. Interested in a mentorship talk on stream within the next hour-ish. Okay, so let's get individuals in there. I think we had Maze on Twitter, so let me pull up those DMs in another window. Definitely not gonna blast my DMs on stream. Watch me do that like within the next hour. Okay, Jacob will definitely schedule something. Nice, that would be sick. Yeah, for sure. And yeah, at this point, like I said, the Discord's very Alright, Maze said she has voice, so next 20 to 30. This is where I need to like actually dial in my setup for stream chat and everything. No, Dev, I'm not gonna be making it to next conf. Unfortunately, I would be awesome. I would be super stoked, but I'll be watching everything remote and probably. I'm thinking about some fun remote things to do with that. I don't know. I'll probably ask Theo's advice, but I was thinking about doing like either a Twitter space or even a stream, like just watch along type of deal. But I think at the very least, like a Twitter space remote after party or pre-party might be a fun thing to do. Yeah, no, sad. Well, that's what I was saying, like remote stuff, if there's people at NextConf who are willing to like video call me from phone or mobile or whatever, I would love to have anybody on stream who's at NextConf or who's hanging out or has thoughts on NextConf, because I definitely want to, like, I'm super hyped for those talks, and I'm going to write a lot of content around those just as I'm watching them. So I'm interested in ways to make that a little more community focused and bring in a Twitter space or some Discord channels or something. I don't know. I haven't quite thought through that, but no, unfortunately I will not be in person at NextConf this year. So Dev Maze said that she has cam. Luke is a future day. So if anybody wants to but isn't available today, I'll just put them on that list. And then back to the... Cheesy's in Twitch chat, I believe, as well. I think he said voice. We'll preemptively put him there and see if we get a confirm in Twitch chat. Benton, what is up, my friend? Nesty, how are you doing? We're getting some of the T3 community, some of the OG homies, if you will, rolling in here. Benton with the resub, thank you very much. Subscribed for 3 months. Thank you, Benton. Do you stream? Can I shout you out? I don't know. I'm gonna follow him. I already modded you, right? Yeah, Dev and Ben are both mods. Very glad to have you guys here today. A hype? What? Angular is the best, is gifting 10 tier 1 subs. We need to have a talk. Angular is best. Thank you so much. I already screwed it up. That's going to be a clip. That's going to be an out of... The troll won! No! Twitch user with the username Angular_is_best. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs. That's incredibly generous. I appreciate your contribution to the community. Unfortunately, due to your username, I will have to reach out to Twitch to refund your money because this is an unacceptable message that I will refuse to platform on my stream. Angular is clearly not the best, but you know what? Good troll. Thanks for the subs. I appreciate you showing up. Can you reject, like, I've wondered about that. Is there a thing to reject troll subs? Like, could you straight up be like, nope, don't want it, the message was bad, I'm returning your money because I literally refuse to endorse your message by taking your money? No, seriously, thank you guys so much. Dev Mazzy, welcome. That is Maze. Maisie? What? How do you spell your name? If you are, in fact, one of the coffee chats. You don't think Twitch will like if you ban them. Don't ban them, dude. Yeah, catching a ban for gifting 10 subs. Can you imagine? Imagine. Thank you. That I don't know who that is. That's clearly not a main account. I know there's trolls in the community. I think I know who's behind that account. I think if I know, like, I feel like I've seen something in a Discord somewhere where I know who owns that account, and I want to thank them personally, but I won't. But thank you so much for that generosity. It's not you, Deb. I know that. It's just such a familiar meme. It's one of those, like, oh, that's too familiar of a meme. I definitely know somebody that came up with that. Biggest troll is gift subs. I mean, that's the thing. Like, you're trolling me, but I can't be mad. Like, I'm literally, commercially incentivized to not be mean to you. It's trolling with resilience. It's like a properly defensive troll. See, now I'm being held hostage. He's literally challenging my morals on how hard will you sell out? Is this what it's like to be like? I don't know how I feel about this. Is this my first moral dilemma as a streamer? Congrats on the sponsorship from Angular is best. Okay, well here, so this was a first time chat, which gifting 10 subs before chatting alone is a huge, you know, I owe a debt of gratitude to this user with the name Angular_is_the_best. But he's trying to get me to say things for the result of gifted subs. Now, he didn't include conditions here, so I think that this should be reasonable to state that the most incorrect thing ever said in my chat is, quote, Angular is a more ergonomic and faster version of React, end quote, which I don't fundamentally agree with and I think is a terrible take in 2022, but I have now spoken those words on stream, which I think satisfies the terms of the agreement set forth in chat. So thank you, Twitch chatter. Twitch username Angular_is_the_best. I don't know if I feel good or bad. He just, how many did you gift? 10 more? Like that one. See, that's like, I think I beat the troll on that one, you know, that I'm not too mad of taking that money because it feels like, you know, get outplayed, noob. GG, go next. If you want to come in here and threaten gift subs, I will find the loopholes in your rules. Yeah, I don't know who that Nate guy is. That Nate guy's definitely a huge troll. But no, is he here? He's not. Oh my gosh, where's the viewer list? He's not watching, is he? We only have like 8 viewers, so I can't imagine. No, he's not in chat. See, and now if he's in chat, I'm gonna know that one of you guys is manning that troll account because you can't talk about it. You can't. Dev, why would you bring him up? That's just cell phoning right there, isn't it? Isn't that literally like you just gave yourself up? You gave up the game, dude. GG. Go next. But thank you for the gift sub. Seriously, I do appreciate all the gift sub. First time chat from Nate. Hey, welcome, Nate. Is that a first time chatter? I feel like he's trolled me before. Anyways, Thank you for the gift subs. Who's getting these gifts? This is the funny thing. I have 9 viewers and 20 gift subs have been given to chat. So at what point is Twitch literally like, we don't know who to give these gifts to because there's only 20 people who have ever watched your stream. So what? We're just gonna start handing them out to like random users on Twitch? All your followers, even if they're not here. Okay, followers is cool because I have 280 followers, but most of those are probably from the days when I used to stream my classic WoW raids for my friends in my guild to watch later, and myself just to clip funny things. So now there's going to be some people playing Wrath of the Lich King this week, and they're going to be like, why the heck did I just get a subscription to Nate's coding channel? Also, who's this Nate guy? Because I username changed on Twitch. So they won't even recognize the name. They'll be like, who's this person? Why am I following them? And why do I now have a subscription to them? Goodness gracious. Okay. So with that, I've definitely like delayed as much as I can. Yeah, if anybody's in my mod channel, my Discord isn't a mod in Twitch chat, speak up in Twitch chat and we'll fix that. Because I know I have like 10 mods. But yeah, if I join this channel, now I'm talking in Discord, is there a waiting room channel? That's what I need to make next. Voice, stream, alright, so I'm going to create a stream chillin' channel, and now anybody in my Discord should be able to hop in there, and I can drag you in for interviews. So Maze, I believe, is online in the Discord, and then Dev, we're going to move to a future chat, and I believe Cheesy may also be here as well. So if you guys hop into that stream chillin' voice channel, I should be able to drag you, and we can get started with some of these chats. Oh my gosh. First time chatter, T3 not GG. The man himself, the angular advocate, if you will. The true troll. That's one of the better troll accounts I've seen in social media. It's a Theo troll account, if you're not familiar, and it's just... Yeah, no, it's good. That's good stuff. I'm glad we have him here. Man, that's not the thing I wanted. What's the... Make this go away. There we go. Okay. Like, doxing all my stupid Notion terribleness. We got T3 not GG, the man himself. We've got... Where was Cheesy on Twitch? He might not be here anymore. But if anybody in Twitch chat wants to join, boom, we got Maze. I'm gonna fix that real quick, but we got Maze in the voice channel. Maze, welcome to the voice channel. You might be double hearing me now, and your server muted? How's that? I need to fix permissions here. Like I said, the Discord server... Alright, here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, not connect. Okay, now Maze should be able to be unserver muted and speak. Alright.
Hello, am I unmuted?
Yes, I can hear you. Fantastic, I'll turn you up a little bit. Can you guys hear Maze on stream? So first of all, this channel has become the troll hub. Goodness gracious, I hope not. We're about to do interviews. Be nice. Less trolling, please.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I got a gifted sub from the troll, so.
You got a gift? Yes. Okay. At least one of those gifts went to a good individual to receive it. That is fantastic. So Maze, coding. Here we go. And I can probably make my cam a little bigger for this since it's not primarily on coding content. Whatever. I'll figure out scenes another day. So Maze here. I'll just let you introduce yourself. So I don't even know if I'm pronouncing your name right, so let's start with that. How do you pronounce your name? What has been your journey so far in your career? So 30-second summary of kind of where you're at in tech in your career. And then 30 seconds to a minute on the last year of your life. So let's kind of focus on this is what's happening recently, this is what I'm currently doing, and let's just start it there.
Okay, hello everybody. My full name is Mazakeen. but Maze for short, M-A-Z-E. And let's see. Currently, right now, I am just finishing like a boot camp cohort, and already like at the end of it, so getting ready for the job hunt, which is why I'm really like in a lot of Twitter spaces, meeting people, just getting a lot of advice and all that. And what else you said? The last year of my life? Well,
Yes, what are you currently working on? What are you currently learning? And what's the coolest thing that's happened to you in the last 12 months?
Oh gosh. Okay, so currently working on JavaScript, Node, all that good stuff.
Co să fizer, por exemplo? Tire screenshot.
I liked this one. Hip hop beats. Let's. I don't know. Oh, this one's soul R&B. Maybe we'll do an hour and a half. Oh, gotta get the ad. Oh, and good news, I unmuted myself. That's good. I don't care.
All right, I think we're live. We will be starting in a minute. I need to get my starting soon or be right back. What was that image I had? Wife texted it. Wait, or did I email it? All right. I hate getting pictures from my iPhone to my PC. I always end up just Gmailing them, but this is so janky. Ugh. Alright, so it looks like we are live on Twitch. And if I go to my YouTube channel... Alright, neat. We're live over there as well. Okay. If there's anybody here, let me know how levels are sounding. Am I double echoing on my mic? Oh, interesting. Yeah, I still need to figure out soundtrack audio, but I think y'all should be able to hear the music at least. Well, you might be a little loud on the music. Alright, so once I get this starting soon image, I'm going to put up a timer. And then, yeah, let's see. No way, the image broke? Yo, come on. What is happening? My email strat didn't even work. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, okay, where did I save that? Alright, now I'm just getting mad. Professional software developer, by the way. Cannot figure out how to get a JPEG from my phone to my computer.
Do you want me to send it to you?
But it's not in the same place. This is just so silly. Like, I can also upload to Google Drive, which is probably a better, barely better strategy at this point. All right, Google Drive. Oh, it's because it's HEIC. Ugh. Yep. All right. Why? That wasn't even from a photo though. That was from drawing on the iPad. What drawing thing exports in HEIC? Can you export as JPEG or PNG and just email it? Well, my current image is definitely correct. I mean, I guess I can put on the face cam once I put up the green screen. Ah, well, that's not where I need to get it. I need to get it to the computer, not the phone. That's literally the problem. Email it. Yeah, just like literally use Gmail and send it to my. Where's that? Light button, face cam. Oof. I look worse for wear. I look horrendous. White balance. Now I'm orange. Flawless. Neat. Okay, so this is the stream starting soon pre-roll. Yo, Dev, Eric Codes, good to see you in here. Yeah, so I'm currently working on making a stream starting soon image. Not even making, my wife made it, but just getting it to my stream because I'm that bad at technology as a technologist. So that's awesome. All right. Let's see if that worked. You send it to my personal email? Neat. An image! Yay! Save image as. Look, guys, success. Yeah, so this is literally, I'll do like a 5-minute timer probably. But this is going to be, I'm just gonna go and grab some food, grab some beverage before we get started here. Image. Starting soon. Do I already have that? Starting soon new. V2. Final.jpg. Boom. Correct dimensions. What an amazing graphic designer. I love you, babe. You did fantastic. All right, let's, where do I actually go on this? Hang on, I got it. This is gonna be difficult for the mic placement, but we gotta go for, realistic, right?
Your head just got chopped off.
Is that the proper, what is it? Need to float me up a bit, change that size. So look like I'm typing?
Perfect. You're hitting your computer screen, but it's all good. Right hand drinks LaCroix. Oh, no, that's your wrong hand. Left hand. Yep, there.
Is that it? Is that the realism? Is that the meta-breaking realism that we should go for on our stream? Apologies while I adjust the mic placement. But yeah, how dope is this? Look! Art! It's got my phone, my hydro flask, my Rubik's Cube, LaCroix can. That's not what my mic looks like or how it's mounted, but
You used to have one.
creative direction. I did used to have one like that. I no longer have that pop filter. Or levitating monitors, although I'm working on that. The levitating monitors is something that, yeah, the incantation is really hard to pronounce properly, so I've actually just chucked a few LCDs out the window by accident. But once I master that spell, the levitating monitors is really the... that's going to be the optimal setup for my personal workspace. Cool. Do I do a timer? The timer sources are kind of a pain. I always end up web inspector hacking. I set one up previously. Let's see if that one actually works. No, that's browser. Window capture. Timer. This one's got the crop padding. Does it have the crop padding? No, it does not. 8 minutes and 20 seconds. See, there is the stupid... What is it, a crop pad filter? Okay, left is fine. Top, what is that? 250 pixels? Nope. 110. Alright, neat. Right. How is that bigger? That doesn't make any sense. Whatever. Bottom will throw a 20 pixel. I don't know. That seems like it works. 35. Cool. It's a timer. It's numbers. Can I rotate, like... highly engaging streamer content. I should just enter in the text field at this point, but whatever, that's like close-ish enough. Oh, babe, we're gonna check your perspective here. Do I need a skew? What is this song? Alright, we're gonna skip that one. Nice Twitch soundtrack has an explicit track on their playlist. Sick. As much as... Oh, it's not square, it needs a skew. Whatever, close enough. That looks like a timer, right? Okay, 6 minutes to get some food and things. Be right back. Okay, one thing I realized is that, like, what is the right way to stick my face cam in this scene? Oh no, I'm moving the wrong thing. Dude, frickin' OBS. Now, the art's great, babe. I just want to put myself in a place that it doesn't interfere with the art.
You don't even have that keyboard.
Wife says, just put yourself over the keyboard. You don't even have that keyboard. My first feedback when she showed me this, which I love this. Again, my wife's an amazing artist. I love what she came up with here. But I started looking at it, and I'm a programmer, and I'm detail-oriented, so I'm like, babe, that's not what I have, though. I don't have an Apple Magic Mouse, and I don't have... Oh, no. This cable is going to be difficult. It's like, babe, I don't have a numpad. Come on, I'm on a 60%. What are you talking about? That's not even my keyboard. The green screen's pretty good here. Yeah. She's like, I didn't go with real life references. No, it looks amazing. I love this layout, though. This is the GMMK Pro from Glorious. So I get the volume knob and 4 of those side buttons, but I don't really use a number pad. So this gives me what I need for programming and gaming with a bit of a more compact layout, and I still have the function keys. I've tried to do the super compact 60% that doesn't have the top function row, and I just can't do it, dude. Like the macroing in with FN modifier is just never could quite wrap my head around that. As a technologist, that's not my keyboard. My Saturday's going great. Luke is in the chat. Okay, so Luke, what we're doing today, and anybody else, so any viewers, we're doing some lightning talks, so like coffee chat style, just 15 minutes, start a timer, join a Discord channel with me, and we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. So like at work, I was talking about, I do this a lot with interns and with junior developers for mentorship stuff, but wherever you are in your journey, if you're a beginner, if you're just getting into tech, if you're a programmer for 5 years, 10 years, you know, whatever stage you're at, let's just chat. I won't necessarily have all the answers, but I'm going to share resources. I'll bring up, you know, YouTube videos, blog articles, anything that comes to mind for me, as well as sharing other content creators and educators that I think do a really good job speaking to these topics. So don't have too high of expectations for me specifically, but anybody's welcome to join. This will be the first of a few, hopefully. I want to do a consistent stream schedule, and I'm working on kind of fleshing that out, as well as starting my Discord. And so we'll get I should probably make a chat command for a Discord invite. Oh, no, I know what I should do. I should do a new... All right, we'll start with some coding. I'm going to reset the timer and grab one more thing, but... We'll start with some programming, because I think I am in the software dev channel. So this will be adding a route to my personal website so that you can go to, like right now, where is a browser I want to use? Oh, that's YouTube thingy. So I'm going to be building a list of people that are interested either today or in other days. So if you want to join, the only requirements are that you have Discord and a decent microphone, you know, that you're able to be heard on stream. If you have a webcam and you're interested, we can use ping.gg to have dual webcams on stream. So anybody that's got that kind of setup or is open to that, we'll definitely do some video interview style if that is desirable. Everything's being streamed, so obviously we can't talk about anything proprietary or anything that you're, you know, personally, anything that your company or an organization you're working for under contract with wouldn't want you to share, right? So nothing proprietary, nothing that's going to get you in trouble, but just in general terms about life, development, programming, learning, etc. And Luke, I've actually been talking to, so there's a handful of individuals I've reached out to for doing more defined long form interviews. So the idea here, I'm just going to pause this so I don't get like anxiety looking at it. The interviews are going to be more of an hour-long deal, and so this is going to be with one individual. We'll talk through their kind of tech testimonial. So the idea is journey, what is your path looked like, what did you do to learn and grow in technology, and then finishing those interviews with an optional chunk of gaming. So my idea is pick up whatever game the interviewee wants to play, and we hop together for some Overwatch or League or whatever and just have some fun at the end of the interview. So Luke is one of the first individuals who I reached out to initially, and I've watched his stream. He does software development streams, so please go and give Luke a follow. In fact, we'll use that fancy new shout out command. Definitely go and follow Coding with Luke on Twitch. He's got some awesome software dev streams. He's doing a lot more content. And we might be doing a Twitter space together soon. So if Luke is available, he might be one of our first guests here today, and we can just chat a little bit about that Twitter space, about content creation, streaming software development, whatever Luke wants to talk about. And I actually got a League of Legends account on the EU West server, specifically so I can play with Luke. So I was leveling up a League account to unlock Smite. I can't get the Smite summoner spell until level 7 or 8. But yeah, I made a new account to check the ping, and hey, I can play with people in Europe with like 150 milliseconds ping, which is fine. It's not unplayable. I shouldn't play Lee Sin or probably Renekton, but I'll queue up as a tank and, you know, I can still get CS and not die. But yeah, so if you're not in the Discord, this was the first thing. Oh boy. I need to get organized. So I'm going to bring up a Notion document that we can use to kind of track this. So close the window on accident. Now the source is gone. Brilliant. I'm going to make a list of individuals. I'm just going to start typing in chat. So if you're interested, put something in Twitch chat, DM me on Twitter, hop into the Discord. I'll grab that link right now before we implement the redirect. Yeah, I'll just do a introduction channel invite. I need, like I said, I need to make an actual, I don't even think I have a bot in here. Do I have Fossa bot? No. Yeah, there's no add command. Okay, well there's a link that'll get people into the Discord initially. It's very work in progress and unorganized, like I said, but getting in there will have enough that I have a voice channel for on stream, and so we can pull people in. No worries, Luke. Yeah, we can do it another day. But yeah, definitely feel free to hang out, lurk, chat, give advice. I may transition this, depending on how many people we get interested in the coffee chats, I may transition this into doing a rant or two on tech topics for clipping for a YouTube video later. This morning we were speaking a lot in Twitter Spaces about imposter syndrome and tutorial hell. And so we might do some, I mean, I might just bring up a Theo vid and start with, no, I won't call it reaction content, but educational watching together. Because he has a really good video on tutorial hell already, and then I have a thread today that I put out that's basically reiterating what he says in the video. But I think it could, it might be a good, you know, practice video for me on my editing and everything to put together a, I don't know, probably won't even be that long, but a 5 to 10 minute clip on kind of my thread. And I'll flesh it out a bit more. So if you want to watch some, like, you know, writing, content drafting, like script writing for a YouTube video, I might do that. And I might make some memes. So here's my other, here, I'll share this scene for a second. This was one of the ones that I like. Nope. There we go. There's the right monitor. Alright, so this is my Photoshop. This was a meme I was proud of. This is the last meme I made, but might make some memes for the Twitters. Might do some... I know why that monitor was off. Okay, I needed to fix that. Okay. I need to change my primary monitor, and I hope my resolution is at least good. I think my resolution is. It's which monitor is the primary. Yep. Boom. Okay. Now everything's going to move. I'm going to lose all of the organization that I just did. But if we go over... Okay, sweet. So I got the stuff in the right places. I'm gonna check chat and then add another. I'm gonna add another browser source here so that we can do. Okay, so here's coffee chats, rants. And then let's go to the Discord chat, or the Twitch chat. So first we're gonna do dev, and we'll just do voice. I think you say he doesn't have a thing. We need to chat on weekly space, Luke. Yes, no, I got you. You can just chat here a little bit too if you want to. You can just drop some of what you're thinking in text, but we can definitely hop on a voice call to flesh out those details off stream. But yeah, so here are. I'm just gonna use this to kind of build. Wrong source. I'm just gonna use this to kind of build up a bit of a list here and check my Twitter mentions and Discord. Okay, so people that joined my Discord, we've got a stream chat channel. Interested in a mentorship talk on stream within the next hour-ish. Okay, so let's get individuals in there. I think we had Maze on Twitter, so let me pull up those DMs in another window. Definitely not gonna blast my DMs on stream. Watch me do that like within the next hour. Okay, Jacob will definitely schedule something. Nice, that would be sick. Yeah, for sure. And yeah, at this point, like I said, the Discord's very all right, Maze said she has voice, so next 20 to 30. This is where I need to like actually dial in my setup for stream chat and everything. No, Dev, I'm not gonna be making it to next conf. Unfortunately, I would be awesome. I would be super stoked, but I'll be watching everything remote and probably. I'm thinking about some fun remote things to do with that. I don't know. I'll probably ask Theo's advice, but I was thinking about doing like either a Twitter space or even a stream, like just watch along type of deal. But I think at the very least, like a Twitter space remote after party or pre-party might be a fun thing to do. Yeah, no, sadly. Well, that's what I was saying, like remote stuff, if there's people at NextConf who are willing to like video call me from phone or mobile or whatever, I would love to have anybody on stream who's at NextConf or who's hanging out or has thoughts on NextConf, because I definitely want to, like, I'm super hyped for those talks, and I'm going to write a lot of content around those just as I'm watching them. So I'm interested in ways to make that a little more community focused and bring in a Twitter space or some Discord channels or something. I don't know. I haven't quite thought through that, but no, unfortunately I will not be in person at NextConf this year. So Dev Maze said that she has cam. Luke is a future day. So if anybody wants to but isn't available today, I'll just put them on that list. And then back to the Twitter DMs. Did anybody else say they are down? Cheesy's in Twitch chat, I believe, as well. I think he said voice. We'll preemptively put him there and see if we get a confirm in Twitch chat. Benton, what is up, my friend? Nesty, how are you doing? We're getting some of the T3 community, some of the OG homies, if you will, rolling in here. Benton with the resub. Thank you very much. Subscribe for 3 months. Thank you, Benton. Do you stream? Can I shout you out? I don't know. I'm gonna follow him. I already modded you, right? Yeah, Dev and Ben are both mods. Very glad to have you guys here today. A hype? What? Angular is the best, is gifting 10 tier 1 subs. We need to have a talk. Angular is best. Thank you so much. I already screwed it up. That's gonna be a clip. That's gonna be an out of. The troll won. No. Twitch user with the username Angular _is _best. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs. That's incredibly generous. I appreciate your contribution to the community. Unfortunately, due to your username, I will have to reach out to Twitch to refund your money because this is an unacceptable message that I will refuse to platform on my stream. Angular is clearly not the best, but you know what? Good troll. Thanks for the subs. I appreciate you showing up. Can you reject, like, I've wondered about that. Is there a thing to reject troll subs? Like, could you straight up be like, nope, don't want it, message was bad, I'm returning your money because I literally refuse to endorse your message by taking your money? No, seriously, thank you guys so much. Dev Mazzy, welcome. That is Maze. Mazy? What? How do you spell your name? If you are, in fact, one of the coffee chats. You don't think Twitch will like if you ban them. Don't ban them, dude. Yeah, catching a ban for gifting 10 subs. Can you imagine? Imagine. Thank you. That I don't know who that is. That's clearly not a main account. I know there's trolls in the community. I think I know who's behind that account. I think if I know, like, I feel like I've seen something in a Discord somewhere where I know who owns that account, and I want to thank them personally, but I won't. But thank you so much for that generosity. It's not you, Deb. I know that. It's just such a familiar meme. It's one of those, like, oh, that's too familiar of a meme. I definitely know somebody that came up with that. Biggest troll is gift subs. I mean, that's the thing. Like, you're trolling me, but I can't be mad. Like, I'm literally commercially incentivized to not be mean to you. It's trolling with resilience. It's like a properly defensive troll. See, now I'm being held hostage. He's literally challenging my morals on how hard will you sell out? Is this what it's like to be like? I don't know how I feel about this. Is this my first moral dilemma as a streamer? Congrats on the sponsorship from Angular is best. Okay, well here, so this was a first time chat, which gifting 10 subs before chatting alone is a huge, you know, I owe a debt of gratitude to this user with the name Angular _is _the _best. But he's trying to get me to say things for the result of gifted subs. Now, he didn't include conditions here, so I think that this should be reasonable to state that the most incorrect thing ever said in my chat is, quote, Angular is a more ergonomic and faster version of React, end quote, which I don't fundamentally agree with and I think is a terrible take in 2022, but I have now spoken those words on stream, which I think satisfies the terms of the agreement set forth in chat. So thank you, Twitch chatter. Twitch username Angular _is _the _best. I don't know if I feel good or bad. He just, how many did you gift? 10 more? Like that one. See, that's like, I think I beat the troll on that one. You know, that I'm not too mad of taking that money because it feels like, you know, get outplayed, noob. GG go next. If you want to come in here and threaten gift subs, I will find the loopholes in your rules. Yeah, I don't know who that Nate guy is. That Nate guy's definitely a huge troll. But no, he's is he here? He's not. Oh my gosh, where's the viewer list? He's not watching, is he? We only have like 8 viewers, so I can't imagine. No, he's not in chat. See, and now if he's in chat, I'm gonna know that one of you guys is manning that troll account because You can't talk about it. You can't. Dev, why would you bring him up? That's just cell phoning right there, isn't it? Isn't that literally like you just gave yourself up? You gave up the game, dude. GG. Go next. But thank you for the gift sub. Seriously, I do appreciate all of the gift sub. First time chat from Nate. Hey, welcome, Nate. Is that a first time chatter? I feel like he's trolled me before. Anyways, thank you for the gift subs. Who's getting these gifts? This is the funny thing. I have 9 viewers and 20 gift subs have been given to chat. So at what point is Twitch literally like, we don't know who to give these gifts to because there's only 20 people who have ever watched your stream. So what? We're just going to start handing them out to like random users on Twitch? All your followers, even if they're not here. Okay, followers is cool because I have 280 followers, but most of those are probably from the days when I used to stream my classic WoW raids for my friends in my guild to watch later, and myself just to clip funny things. So now there's going to be some people playing Wrath of the Lich King this week, and they're going to be like, why the heck did I just get a subscription to Nate's coding channel? Also, who's this Nate guy? Because I username changed on Twitch. So they won't even recognize the name. They'll be like, who's this person? Why am I following them? And why do I now have a subscription to them? Goodness gracious. Okay. So with that, I've definitely like delayed as much as I can. Yeah, and if anybody's in my mod channel, my Discord isn't a mod in Twitch chat, speak up in Twitch chat and we'll fix that. Because I know I have like 10 mods. But yeah, if I join this channel, now I'm talking in Discord, is there a waiting room channel? That's what I need to make next. Voice, stream, alright, so I'm gonna create a stream chillin' channel, and now anybody in my Discord should be able to hop in there, and I can drag you in for interviews. So Maze, I believe, is online in the Discord, and then Dev, we're gonna move to a future chat, and I believe Cheesy may also be here as well. So if you guys hop into that stream chillin' voice channel, I should be able to drag you, and we can get started with some of these chats. Oh my gosh. First time chatter, T3 not GG. The man himself, the angular advocate, if you will. The true troll. That's one of the better troll accounts I've seen in social media. It's a Theo troll account if you're not familiar, and it's just... Yeah, no, it's good. That's good stuff. I'm glad we have him here. Man, that's not the thing I wanted. What's the... Make this go away. There we go. Okay. Like, doxing all my stupid Notion terribleness. We got T3 not GG, the man himself. We've got... Where was Cheesy on Twitch? He might not be here anymore. But if anybody in Twitch chat wants to join, boom, we got Maisie. I'm gonna fix that real quick, but we got Maze in the voice channel. Maze, welcome to the voice channel. You might be double hearing me now, and your server muted? How's that? I need to fix permissions here. Like I said, the Discord server... Alright, here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, not connect. Okay, now Maze should be able to be unserver muted and speak. Alright.
Hello, am I unmuted?
Yes, I can
Okay.
hear you. Fantastic. I'll turn you up a little bit. Can you guys hear Maze on stream? So first of all, this channel has become the troll hub. Goodness gracious, I hope not. We're about to do interviews. Be nice. Less trolling, please.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I got a gifted sub from the troll, so
You got a gift? Yes. Okay, at least one of those gifts went to a good individual to receive it. That is fantastic. So Maze coding. Here we go. And I can probably make my cam a little bigger for this since it's not primarily on coding content. Whatever. I'll figure out scenes another day. So Maze here. I'll I'll just let you introduce yourself. So I don't even know if I'm pronouncing your name right. So let's start with that. How do you pronounce your name? What has been your journey so far in your career? So 30-second summary of kind of where you're at in tech in your career, and then 30 seconds to a minute on the last year of your life. So let's kind of focus in on this is what's happening recently, this is what I'm currently doing, and let's just start it there.
Okay, hello everybody. My full name is Mazakine, but Maze for short, Maze. And let's see. Currently, right now, I am just finishing like a boot camp cohort, and already like at the end of it, so getting ready for the job hunt, which is why I'm really like in a lot of Twitter spaces, meeting people, just getting a lot of advice and all that. And what else you said? The last year of my life? Well,
Yes, what are you currently working on? What are you currently learning? And what's the coolest thing that's happened to you in the last 12 months?
Oh gosh. Okay, so currently working on JavaScript, Node, all that good stuff. And I'm part of 100 Devs, which is a boot camp kind of that started in January this time around, and it's pretty much a boot camp where you are going from no code at all to fully employable. And we're already at the end of the cohort, and I started in January, and in February is when I decided that I want to do this full time. I had no prior coding experience at all. Like I don't even know anything, but I know that this is something I wanted to do to kind of change my life, kind of leave my 9 to 5 job that wasn't going anywhere. So I quit my job in February, decided to do this full time, learning and coding every single day as much as I can, trying to really grasp everything. So that's really been probably the biggest thing I've ever done, just taking that giant leap of faith, and pretty scary not having a job. But so far so good. Um, what else? I guess I would say that's the most interesting thing I've done because I've never really done anything so risky, I would say, before in my life. But
Yeah,
I'm really
that's
glad. I really love coding. I really love this whole process. So I'm really just glad I did it.
awesome. Yeah, no, and that's a big deal too. That's a very big accomplishment last year, especially to quit full-time work and go full-time on the learning grind. So props for what you've already done and how much you've already been able to connect and network and get in. I mean, I've seen you in tons of spaces. I've seen you talking on stage. So you're already doing some great things there, just increasing your confidence, increasing your exposure to people in technology, and increasing your personal network and brand. So great work on starting there. Now, I might have missed this, but specifically, I'm curious. So, one, professionally, and two, educationally, what is your background? So, what industry or jobs did you do previously? And then, what did you, if you went to school or university, what was your specialization? What was your field of study in university?
Okay, so professionally, my background was in logistics and freight forwarding. So this is something I kind of went into after college because I wasn't really sure what to do, and I had like a friend in there that was working in the industry, and I was like, okay, I just need a job, right? So then I got into that. So I was in the industry for 6 years, and before that, I did go to a university. I went to Cal State Long Beach for 3 years, and then dropped out because I wasn't really even sure what I wanted to do. I wanted to get into nursing at first, but that was oversaturated. So they were like, okay, we'll kind of pick something else. So I was like, okay. So what else should I do? So then I kind of was like, okay, well, how about biology or something? And those classes did not treat me very good. um, I did not get A's or B's. So I was like, okay, how about psychology? And I was like, I don't really like this. So I guess I'll just stop going to school for now and just get to work because I need to start working. And then I just kind of got stayed in the logistics field for a while, and then after that, I was kind of like, okay, well, this isn't really going to get much places. Like, I won't get very high in this field. I already know that. So, what can I do to what can I do? Like, I was thinking about going back to school, try the nursing thing again. Obviously, that is a very long road, definitely a lot of school, and it's kind of like, since it's oversaturated, it's kind of like a chance of getting into nursing school. So I was like, okay, what else can I do besides spending money going to college and getting a maybe? So then I started looking into coding, and then I saw on Reddit Leon, which is the one doing the 100 devs cohort. He posted on Reddit saying that he's starting a cohort this year, and it's pretty much, you don't need any coding experience, nothing, no background, no knowledge, and I'll give you the skills to get you to be employable in, this amount of time. And I mean, at first I was like, oh, that sounds kind of sketchy, but let me, test it out. And he already did a previous cohort, so there's a lot of people like, oh, I was able to learn a lot. And it doesn't really, everybody's journey is different. So some people were able to be employed early, some people, a year from now or whatever. But either way, the content that he provides is way more than most boot camps, because his whole thing is trying to get you a job. So yes, you're gonna learn, but his main concern is getting you job ready and really acing those interviews. So I thought that was something that was really good, and I took a chance on that, and now I'm here, excited.
Fantastic. So a couple things in there. One, Maze shouted out the 100 Devs community. So if you're not familiar with 100 Devs, they are a Discord community and a bunch of people on Twitter and a bunch of content and stuff, but really, really good learning community to join. And they present cohorts that Maze could probably say more about than I could. But first of all, I want to do shout out. I should get structured better for like shout outs and things. But Leon's stream is Learn with Leon. Is that correct? Yeah, there it is.
So the last stream he did is perfect for anybody. He literally went through the whole job hunting process and reaching out to recruiters, and pretty much how to really start your job hunting and start getting to pretty much reach out with templates and everything on how to reach out to recruiters and hopefully get a response.
Fantastic. Yeah, he's I haven't even gotten time to get into his content a ton. And granted, it is more oriented towards beginner level entering into tech from what I've seen. But I gave him a shout out on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/learnwithleon. Definitely suggest checking that out. Not just for the technical content again, but the community building side, the mentorship, the Discord, getting connected with other devs, learning challenges and problems to work on. I've seen so many people have really, really good experiences with that 100 devs community. 100 devs, I mean, just go to Twitter and put in the hashtag. You'll see so much value. Like, it's very evident there. Everyone working with 100 devs is doing big things. So definitely thank you for the shout out there. Now, I have had a couple comments. Your audio is a little low. I've pushed it as high as I can on my side. But if there's anything that you can do to increase your volume, move your mic a little closer, increase the output or gain, that would be helpful for the stream. We got a follow from Cheesy. Thank you very much. So Cheesy, did you hop in the Discord channel? If you are interested in hopping in here for the next coffee chat, then just go ahead and jump in my Discord to the Stream Chillin' voice channel, and we will get that going. So I've got a couple, again, my stream is not super, my stream is not, there's a clip already of that freaking Angular troll. We've got a stream chat voice channel or text channel, and that's meant to be anybody on any platform, YouTube or Twitch, can just drop stuff in there that'll persist beyond the stream. So if you have links, if you have things that you want to share with the community, please go to that Discord channel, because it'll last a little longer. And I mean, you won't get banned for links because I don't even have a bot set up, but could be better than that. Cheesy, I'm everywhere, I promise. But yeah, so if you want to hop in for the next chat here, we're at 9 minutes, so we haven't even hit our 15-minute point. But if you want to hop in for the next chat, just jump into the Discord voice channel, and then we will drag individuals in as we add them to the list. So, Maze, thank you for sharing that. So you're talking through just, yeah, I think that's interesting, is looking at a career pivot. I love this idea because a lot of people see, advertisements for get into coding, make a ton of money, go study for 3 to 6 months, get a 6-figure job working at Netflix or Microsoft or whatever. And I think it's harder than that, like there's more nuance, there's a bit more to it than that. But at the same time, I like this idea of comparing to other industries, because a lot of individuals looking for the next step in their career or looking to pivot or make a transition in their career, compare to the other options. Don't just look at the promises of tech and, these clickbait titles about getting a 6-figure career in 2 or 3 months or something, but look at what your other options are. And as so Maze is saying, she looked back at nursing, but again, she's kind of evaluating the different fields. And in nursing, you have a bit of oversaturation. You have educational thresholds that you're going to need to meet. You're going to need a certain level of education. So when comparing that with technology, I think it's a better, it's a better way of thinking through those decisions, because coding or technology might not be the best fitting role for you or field, but it might be better than a lot of other options. So I think some have this idea of, you got to have a logical brain or an analytical brain. Critical thinking and problem solving have to happen throughout your day naturally, and you're just dreaming in data structures, right? And some individuals put forward this notion that you really need to be that ingrained and rooted in software development or in tech to be successful or to find fulfillment in the career. And I don't think that's true. I think there's plenty of niches within tech that don't even require much in the way of programming, so definitely don't require you to know leak code algorithms. But that being said, I think it's important to just try to look at your options with a level playing field. Don't go off of hype, don't go off of promises, but really, find data points, look through things like Glassdoor and resources that are out there for comparing different jobs and different industries. Talk to your contacts that in other industries too, if you have education or background. For Maze, perhaps that looked like students or friends that she had in nursing programs earlier on in college that she knows through LinkedIn or through Twitter or whatever have continued on to work in the field, right? You can reach out to those personal connections, find those individuals from your life, even if it was 5-10 years ago. I've done this, where I go back through old Facebook, and find my friends that I knew in college who are now in certain fields I didn't even know about, but I can reach out to them and say, hey, it's been a while, but I'm curious about whatever you're doing, or I have some questions. I mean, I've done this for like not financial advice, but like tax process advice and things, where like I have friends that went into financial management or into accounting, and I've been able to say like, hey, I'm confused about this thing. Is there something you can help me with? Nexel, what is up? Don't worry, man. No worries. I'm just pushing live on streams. I don't ever have an expectation that y'all have to show up at a specific time, but I do appreciate it, especially from all my mods. Nexel is my first mod, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, and definitely going to shout out Nexel's stream. He does stream sometimes and is an incredible dev. He is one of the top contributors, if not the top contributor, to Create T3 app, which is a wonderful thing to use. Go to init.tips, check that out if you're starting a full stack application in TypeScript. Totally forgot that is a thing. But yeah, he is at... Oh, Diwali! Okay, so is it currently Diwali right now? Also, am I pronouncing that correctly? Sorry, Maze, we're getting sidetracked a little bit. I'm going to pause your timer here. So chat interaction during interviews or what I'm calling mentorship might not be the best approach. Maze, you're muted in Discord right now. I don't know if that was intentional. But...
Yeah, so I got a headset. Does my mic sound better?
Same audio level, you sound clear, so it sounds good, but it's just if you can bump the gain on the input or in your Windows settings, if you go to your, devices and your operating system, sometimes you can bump that volume up. Or in Discord, if you go to your sound settings, you can increase input. Maybe. I have you maxed out on my end, so that's where I can't quite do more. So while we give Maze a second to work on her audio, I want to speak to the chat. So Diwali is, going off of Wikipedia here, is a Hindu religious festival of lights and is one of the most important festivals of the year. Lasts 5 days or 6 in some regions. Okay, so this is not... I almost got confused for a second. What's the color festival? The festival of colors. Because I had some really good friends. I saw some of those that were awesome. Holi? Okay. So I was getting that a little confused. But yeah, Diwali is another festival here. So anyways, just I like learning about different areas in the world, different cultures. And so, yeah, some of these... I believe this is rooted in India historically. Not 100% sure. But certainly a Hindu tradition. And, I mean, just beautiful, you know, the dancing, the food. That's so cool. Yeah, so I got to partake in some Holi when I was in college. We had, at our university, which was not in India, it was in California, but they had a Holi festivals and stuff, and it was really cool. We had, like, the color run and all the, you know, colors and things, so super cool. And no worries in Excel. Definitely understand if you've got that festival going on, you're going to be busy. And yeah, glad you're here. Glad you're able to hang out as much as you can. And if you want to get on here for a coffee chat, all I'm requiring is voice. But if anybody has a webcam, we can do ping as well. But yeah, we're doing roughly 15-minute coffee chats talking about your career, where you're at, what your goals are, if you have any questions in tech. Again, I'm not the smartest. It's 1:20 a.m. Then you get to bed. But in a future one, can I put you on for a future chat? Because I'd love to have you on and talk about Create T3 and open source. Because I know you've had a really cool journey this year with open source and your blogs in particular. If you don't know, is it Nexel dot? Shoot, now I don't know what your website is. I can find it on Google though. Nexel.dev. Yeah, so this is Nexel's blog, and he wrote this. So like you saw, if you just Google Create T3 app blog, he's number 1. So build a full stack app with Create T3 app, and then he has another post in here about my most popular open source project ever. And so really cool story. I remember seeing this. I think when I first caught on to Create T3 app, it was at 100 stars. So I think I was within the first week or two there. Or maybe it was like 500 or close to 1,000, but it was pretty early. And it's just been so cool to see that explode. Try Googling Nexel. Oh, just Nexel. Yeah, there you go. So just Nexel should give you Nexel.dev is the top one. But yeah, amazing. 17-year-old self-taught dev, and he's influencing like literally the whole tech industry because there's now job postings that literally talk about T3 Stack. And I don't think T3 Stack would have gotten as popular as it is without this starter and the contributors, not just Nexel either. I want to shout out, you guys might have to help me out with tags for like Twitter and stuff, but Julian or Julius is another big one. Yeah, Julius, huge contributor. Who else? There's like 5 in the, I should look in the Discord with that tag. But yeah, really cool group of people just working on that. I think Benton's done a lot. Can I look at Create T3 maintainers? CJE, Croucher, Minsk. So those are their Discord names. I don't know if they're on Twitter, but yeah, huge shout out to all the Create T3 contributors because that has just been such a cool project. I want to get in and help out. I was looking at docs and stuff, doing some like copy editing at one point, but life's been very busy for me. So, yeah, have not been able to contribute hardly at all, really at all. But looking forward to getting in and helping a bit with that project as well because it's been blowing up. All right, so back to Maze. Let's recenter now. Reel it in. We've got a couple more minutes here. So, first off, how's your mic sounding? Did you get that?
Okay, I put my output.
This seems
higher.
better. Yeah,
Okay,
I think that's
cool.
better. So, in our last couple minutes here, I want to hear about what's your 2022 goals, and then what's your 2023 goals. So as you look forward, we're coming up on the end of the year here. So what do you want at the end of the year to look back and say that you've done in the year 2022, And then question number 2, as we go into the new year, and of course resolutions happen and goal setting happens and all that fun stuff that everybody does. What are your top goals for the coming year?
Gosh, well, I mean, since we only have a couple months left, right now I'm just on the job hunt, so hopefully getting my first job in tech to really just get that first job and get the experience of actually being in the field, because I know it's completely different than just, doing your own projects and working in a team. And 2023 goal would just be also gaining more of deeper knowledge, because I know definitely I see on Twitter the experienced devs that have been in the industry for a while, they really get into deep into the technology, and I'm not there yet, but I love listening to them talk and hearing all that and really hearing like the passion that they have. Oh, sorry, hold on.
No
Okay.
worries.
Yeah, really hearing like the passion that they have for that, and I really want to get to that level where I can really talk deep about the technologies that I'm in instead of just kind of like the surface. So I guess
So
yeah, those
confident
are my
comprehension of fundamentals.
yes.
And was that a 2023 goal or 2022 goal? Sorry, I kind of got lost.
2023.
Yeah, that's where I had it.
Yes. 2023.
Um,
We're already almost done.
right. No, that's what I was saying. Like the 2022 is something that might already be done. That might be, if you've already accomplished your goals for 2022, I mean, pivoting a career, making that decision and quitting your full-time job, that alone is a huge accomplishment. So definitely don't want to, your goals for the current year don't have to be unaccomplished either. You can shout out the wins that you've already had.
Oh yeah, yeah. That is definitely one of probably the biggest changes in a year I've ever done. So that's definitely a goal that's accomplished. What I've learned so far and how far I've gotten, and really continuing with that process and not giving up or kind of giving into the doubt.
Yeah, not giving up, not giving into the doubt and discouragement, I think are all things that we all need to be constantly reminded of. I've struggled a lot myself in the last year with discouragement in various ways, and I think it's good stuff to talk about because it's you're not alone. We all go through that. We all experience that, and that's been a big thing in my own experience as well as just watching others go through that or hearing others share experiences. This is one of the reasons I love Twitter Spaces so much, is that really is helpful to see that. Now, I think we're going to bring this one to a close. We're a little over 15 minutes, and I put the Discord link in chat again. I've got a couple. Sorry for being a little distracted, but again, I'm just doing some DMs and things on the side to line up a couple of people that are interested. But Cheesy is on stage next. So Maze, before you go, I'd love to give you an opportunity to just shout out any projects you have. If you have a URL or a personal portfolio, or just your Twitter handle, and hey, if you've got a job in tech that you're hiring for, please hit me up. It could be as simple as that. But yeah, I'll give you a minute to just shout out anything you want to say, and then we're going to be bringing Cheesy up next.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just shout out my Twitter because that's really where I'm most active in, and I love meeting new people on Twitter, and definitely the Twitter Spaces and talking and hearing others' experience. So I'll add my Twitter in the chat.
Awesome. You should put that in the Discord chat. I almost doxed my DMs. Almost pulled up a twitter.com with my DMs open, but didn't quite do it. And how do you pronounce your last name? Viewer? Viewer_maze. All right, here we go. I'll put that in Twitch chat. Next, I'll have a wonderful night, man. Yeah, get your sleep. Thank you for coming and hanging out. Did I do that right? At viewer_maze. Oh, is that the same on? No, it's not the same on Twitch. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for this time. Thank you for joining me. And I look forward to, again, in the future. I don't know if I mentioned this on stream just now, but I have Maze lined up for doing a bit of a longer interview. We're going to talk through her journey pivoting into tech this year and what that's looked like, and get a little more depth on the conversations. And then our interview is going to be capped off. Remind me if I'm wrong. Minecraft session. We're gonna do some Minecraft playing at the end.
Yeah, Minecraft.
Excellent. So we'll do we'll get a little Minecraft server going, have some fun there. I played Minecraft like literally 12 years ago or whatever when it came out, and not that long. It's been like 8 years, I guess. But I just played it in the last year with my nephews because they've all been getting into it, and they're like hardcore at this point, way better than I could get. But I know the basics. I know the basic fundamentals. Definitely a bit behind, so I don't know if I'll watch some YouTube videos to catch up, or what format you want to do even. I mean, we didn't really talk about it, but if you want to do Minecraft Dungeons or whatever the RPG one is, or do some scenarios. I've normally just done standard like survival mode on easy and just try to build some things and survive the night. But I'm looking forward to it. That's gonna be a lot of fun. So thank you so much for being here, and yeah, I will drag. Yeah. No, I want to do more things like this. So definitely stay tuned, and I'll see you in a Twitter space or in the Discord soon. All right, I'm going to drag you out now and drag Cheesy in. Thank you, Maze, for the time. Cheesy, you are now on the stage. I don't think you're server muted, so if you unmute, we should be able to hear you, and we can do a quick sound check for the stream. My mind's about to get blown by all the new stuff in Minecraft. That does. You are also pretty low, so I'm going to drag you up on my end. Try talking again.
Hi. Okay,
Welcome.
It's messing with my. Alright. Yeah.
Alright, so the way this is going to work is we're going to we're going to do a stopwatch so I can pause it and stuff. I'm not going to do a hard timer, but we're shooting for around 15 minutes. I'll give you a couple questions, and then you can just kind of speak to your experience. And if you have any questions for me, please share those, and we can chat. We can take stuff from Twitch chat or just do some Q&A. But for you, Cheesy, let's start off. I want you to share how we met and how we have come to know each other, and then share a little bit about your journey. So what you've done in your career to date, and then specifically kind of like what you're doing right now, what you've done in the last year of your career, and what you're hoping to do. So let's start it there.
Yeah. Alright. Cool. So I'm pretty sure we met on Twitter Spaces. One of either Graham's or Jax's space. One of those ones where we just chill out and talk about random stuff. And I guess that's pretty much been it. We haven't had much of a personal conversation. I think this is the first. It's been great to actually just follow you, though. You seem to have a lot of experience in this space, in the tech space. I mean, personally, I haven't been into the whole tech space for a very long time. I'm probably around a year old right now. I started out around October last year. But I've moved pretty fast because I literally don't do any other thing apart from just learn and code. Got my first job pretty early, unlike the whole I guess struggles that people go through. I didn't really go through much of a struggle. I got my first job pretty early, but although it was a horrible job, I left after like 2 months because it was getting too much for me. But so far, so good, I guess. Just toiling around, trying better at the front end because I have a design background, so that's kind of inspired my preference towards the front end stacks. Also a big fan of Theo. I think he has the highest influence rather in my progress so far because just talks about these. He has a very, very cool way of explaining advanced topics to for anyone to get a grasp of because of, I don't know, his enthusiasm for these things. I guess. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Awesome. So I'm noting that I didn't take very good notes during that, but that last point, I definitely think Theo would love to hear that. Theo has influenced you the most, or I think you said Theo has been the biggest influence. That's a huge shout out. And I would agree. I mean, I think I initially, just this year, I kind of re-engaged with tech Twitter and tech content in general. And a big part of it was initially, so I can kind of trace it. It was first Jack Harrington and Blue Collar Coder, because he just has some amazing videos on, I was doing a lot of front-end framework stuff at the time, but then also just getting back into the React ecosystem. And his TypeScript tutorials, No BSTS, is that series, is just amazing. Like, it's a really, really good, it's a series, it's like 27 videos, and they're all between like 5 to 12 minutes, I think. But he just goes through TypeScript fundamentals in a very digestible and easy to understand format. And that's one of the video series, that's one of the resources that I'm constantly sending around to developers learning React and learning JavaScript and TypeScript, because it's just so well done. It's very compact, and even as a, you know, more experienced developer, I learned a lot from watching those videos. But right after Jack Harrington, I discovered Theo, and he's been probably my biggest influence in this year. And just his content, one, professionally, is so valuable just to like keep apprised of frameworks. I really like people. Fireship is another great example. Jack Harrington clearly does this. A lot of other YouTubers who analyze and do kind of quick and dirty tutorials on newer frameworks to talk about and discuss the benefits. And I love that because it's so hard to like learn a framework enough to really see like the trade-offs sometimes, depending on how knowledgeable you are. But when somebody puts together a quick 10-minute video kind of discussing, hey, this is this framework, this is what it does differently than other frameworks, this is what it does similar, here's how the architecture is unique or similar, I guess, to other frameworks. That is so quick, is like, that's such a helpful shortcut sometimes just to keep up to date without having to go all the way into learning a new framework. So I really appreciate those content creators, and I love that you shouted Theo out. So yeah, I had the other question that I already forgot. But as you look back in the last year, what's your biggest win, or what was the most exciting moment for you in this last year? I don't know if I lost you or if you're muted, but I can't hear you right now. Oh. All right. He got dropped down to the other channel. That's probably a Discord issue on my end. Cheesy, you there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Did you hear my question? Might be network related as well. I can hear you now.
There seems to be some sort of a delay.
Yeah, there's definitely a bit of delay. I know that's due to the speed of sound, or the speed of light, because, Cheesy, where are you actually calling in from today? I don't know if you shared that bit, but where are you at geographically in the world? You don't need to be super specific, obviously.
Currently in Africa, Nigeria.
Nigeria, so that's West Africa, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy. This is going to be a accidentally dock something if I bring up my Google Maps. Yeah, I almost did that. Yeah, I like getting better at geography too. I'm terrible at geography. So yeah, Nigeria's over here, kind of in the Gulf of the Horn of Africa. But yeah, we've got a lot. It's one of the things I love about Twitter Spaces. You get to meet people from all over the world in different time zones. So there's definitely some latency going on there because we're very far apart and the speed of light only does so much for latency. That being said, if we've got a stable connection now and we can hear you okay on stream, the question was, Luke's from South Africa. Awesome. I didn't realize that. That's amazing. Yeah, are you residing in South Africa still, or are you Europe now? Because I know you're playing on EU West servers, but we never actually discussed where you're at. Anyways, don't want to derail too much from Cheesy's time here. But yeah, so my question was, as you look back over the last year in your learning journey and kind of getting more into tech here, what would you say has been your biggest triumph, your biggest win, or moment of joy? And it could be something you did, or it could be a light bulb moment or a learning moment. But what would you say has been your most exciting, or yeah, what was that like for you in the last year?
Um, it actually has nothing to do with the technologies or
That's
like say
fine.
in terms of a lot. Sorry.
That's totally fine. Doesn't need to be tech related.
Okay, yeah. So it's more of in the socializing aspect and networking because I tend to be quite antisocial over the past couple of years, and coming into tech, there was this point a couple months ago where I everyone around me, all the tweets I was seeing and all the content and information I was getting were pointing towards, hey, you need to make friends. Hey, you need to connect with people. And as much as I hesitated to do that, going ahead to try to connect and join Twitter Spaces and all that effort, I'm pretty happy about how it's turned out. I've made some pretty decent friends over from Twitter, and I'm very, very happy about it because, yeah, some people being highly super introverted like myself can find it very difficult to make friends and socialize. And when we actually do, we do find some comfort in relating with people. I mean, I do believe humans generally are social beings, so I think that's weirdly my greatest achievement this year being in tech.
That's huge. No, I think that's really cool, and you inspired me to add a couple potential topics to the rant list. But yeah, I think community. I mean, you mentioned hearing it from a lot of people, and you definitely will see that if you get into the learning tech, learn coding, break into tech kind of spaces. Learning in community is it can empower your learning quite a bit.
Yeah, that's totally true.
Yeah, I won't rant too much on that one, I guess. But I really love in particular how community can help build confidence and how community can help with the learning process itself. Because again, everybody always wants to find the perfect tutorial or the perfect course or the perfect teacher or mentor even. And oftentimes you don't need a incredible senior developer that's a world famous dev like Theo or somebody to teach you. Oftentimes you just need a friend who's at the same stage as you who can kind of give you some tips you can bounce ideas off of. And so I love seeing communities like we've mentioned 100 devs here. We've mentioned a lot of the Twitter spaces. I really think that those communities are important, not just for learning, but for building your confidence too as you work on breaking out of your comfort zone. It's hard. Like, unfamiliarity is very scary, and especially getting into tech where there's so much to learn and know and understand. I think confidence is critical, and it's actually an important skill to develop is consciously trying to make yourself more confident in what you're doing because you're going to learn more quickly when you're moving with confidence and you're trying more things and you're failing more quickly and you're not getting stuck in things like tutorial hell that prevent you from progressing and pushing forward your learning at the fastest pace you can healthily.
Yeah, that's so valid.
Awesome. Well, we're at
So
11
I
minutes
have
now, so I was going to give you a chance to talk, ask some questions. Take it.
all right. So based on your experience, what advice would you give to my goals generally? I joined the space, the whole software space, just because I am someone that loves to just learn and try out new things. Although I love it here, but it does get boring at times. What advice would you give in terms of what to do on days where you don't feel like it? Now I'm not talking of these where you feel like down or anything, but I'm talking of these where it's boring and you literally don't feel like doing um anything software related. Not like in a negative way, just you're just tired. I don't know if that makes sense.
Well, it definitely makes sense. I've definitely felt that myself. Um, I mean, what you're describing isn't necessarily burnout, but I'll use that term here in kind of a similar adjacent category. So, um, sometimes we hit our limit, sometimes we hit our threshold. And I've done this in the last year, even with some of the like JavaScript and TypeScript and React learning that I've been doing. Um, I love all the content being put out, but sometimes I get overwhelmed because I'm not far enough to understand all of it. And so some content's actually harder to watch when it's more challenging concepts. If you're pausing and Googling things to like learn the difficult work, I mean, that's in the category of studying, really. And so you can get that same, we won't say burnout, but kind of exhaustion, like mental exhaustion, even just conceptual cognitive exhaustion, because you're learning new things, you're learning new technologies and techniques, and that's hard work. So in terms of advice, I think that one, I think one of the difficult things here is that, especially if you're learning a new thing, especially with all of the talk in the Twitter tech space right now about how everybody's so passionate about coding and you should love coding and all these things, I think there's a tendency to feel guilt or shame when you hit that point where you're like, am I not enjoying this coding? Am I not enjoying software development? Am I not learning fast enough? And so the first thing that I would say is, I think it's a good opportunity to assess your goals. So we can talk a lot about goals. I'll add that to the rant thing, but it's really just it's not even a rant I should do, because there's already a Theo vid. I'm going to be labeled a Theo shill at this point. But Theo did a video on setting goals for engineers that is really good and I learned from. So obviously some of that learning is now part of how I view the issue. But if your shame in some of these cases, or not even shame, but just stress, you're feeling pressure to get through this content, to learn a thing, to build a thing, to have that next portfolio site you're going to make or whatever it is, feeling that exhaustion or feeling that shame may be a good reminder to assess your goals, because you want your goals to always be realistic and set expectations for yourself that are going to be healthy and reasonable to achieve. So if your goals are, I'm going to make this Twitter clone by the end of the month, that might not be a wholly attainable goal with everything in your, resources and your current knowledge base, etc. So think about goals that are more incremental and more direct that will lead you towards bigger goals. That's one thing, is if you're feeling burnt out, if you're feeling exhausted, or you're just like, man, I can't look at any more code, I can't try any more code, restructure some goals maybe so you're not pushing yourself to go finish an app this week, but instead say, you know what, I'm going to design the next couple pages, I'm going to read a really long blog article or book on a specific topic where I've been hitting a wall, right? Maybe it's like, oh, I need to do all this layout stuff, but Flexbox is so confusing, and I'm trying to use CSS Grid, but it's a really hard, and this is personal topic, because I'm doing that. Grid's kind of complicated, and it's super powerful, it's super easy to make really complex layouts, but it's also really difficult to kind of debug sometimes to figure out exactly what's going on. So maybe you pause from certain goals, or you pivot your attention to things that you can find excitement and joy in, and I think that's important. However, the caveat that I'm going to throw in is that when you're doing this, especially learning new things, you want to try to maintain focus as much as possible. So especially when you're working on fundamentals, learning everything can detract from your learning experience, because if HTML is the first thing that you're learning, you should learn HTML really well, and jumping straight into, doing full React stuff and trying to get Tailwind, trying to get all these things, it could be less helpful for where you're at in your learning journey in that specific stage when there's so much to learn. So I think there's a balance. You want to maintain focus as much as possible until you hit that threshold. And the threshold, I think, is This is where the balance comes in. You should learn enough about a topic. So HTML, for instance, you should learn enough about HTML to know all the tags at your disposal and be able to build some pretty semantic layouts and semi-complex layouts in a website. You shouldn't go and learn the entire HTML specification and every possible attribute and all of the meta tags and all of the possible things, right? So you want to strike a balance. If you have a 0 to 100 bar on learning a topic, you want to push through and focus on that until you get it to, like, I don't know, the 30 to 80% range, depending on the technology. You want to push it past that first at least 30 to 50%, depending on the technology, so you know enough to understand how it fits into the other technologies. But then once you hit that point, you might want to branch out because, one, you might have learned everything you need to learn of that technology to start your building. And we'll get into that in a second too with my, yeah, we'll start that rant discussion, but build/tutorialing tweet. So I made a tweet about that we'll look at. But yeah, you want to learn enough to get to the point where you can build. Then once you're building, go and build. Don't get super sucked into what I call holistic comprehension, being when you want to learn everything there is to know about a topic. This is one of my biggest weaknesses. I really like holistic learning. So I come from the more theoretical background in computer science, so I love learning everything about a language. I love digging in on the implementation details. I love reading language specs, as weird as that is. But oftentimes I need to remind myself for my job, I don't need to know everything about React to go build this React website. So once I learn enough about React, then I need to get back to building the website because there's some other problem in there I won't know how to solve that I'll need to learn more for, but I don't know what that problem is yet until I build to that wall. And so that's another important point that I want to make is, like, adjusting your goals to where you're doing things that'll shape your learning well, and being aware of your balance on focus versus, I don't want to say it's focus versus passion, but like focus versus taking breaks versus pivoting to other items versus focusing on other things. There is a lot that you can do in this journey of kind of breaking into tech. You can spend time networking. You can spend time working on your personal branding, on your personal portfolio. You can spend time working on your resume. You can spend time grinding leak code, learning new technologies, working on your skills, and you can spend time learning. And my main advice would be to keep a cognizance, keep an awareness of what it is you're doing and where your priorities currently lie, and give yourself permission to make changes too. It's okay to pivot in different seasons and have a season of, well, I just want to go and learn everything there is to know about this thing now. I've been working with it for a while. I'm exhausted from building. Maybe it's good for me to go and just watch some YouTube talks or just read some books or whatever it might be for you. And that's great. But also don't let yourself get pulled up away from topics before you've learned enough to really be useful with it. Don't let yourself go and learn front-end development, then back-end development, then data science, then infrastructure, then don't try to learn everything at once. And so I think that's the balance that we need to seek to strike, especially in technology, especially learning technology, is how, one, gauge your energy. So I'll say it this way, yeah, the first priority should be your personal, mental, and emotional energy. There's limits there, and everybody's different. What it's going to be for you is different, but be cognizant of your limits, and when you're feeling tired, exhausted, burnt out, or you're just not having fun on a thing, or you're looking at other things, you're like, man, I really want to be doing that. Like, I really want to spend some more time on my portfolio, but I feel like I need to grind interviews, or I really want to spend some time working my interview prep now that I've got my portfolio. Everybody's going to have a different journey, but intentionally thinking through, what am I doing, and is it okay to pivot? Is it okay to adjust focus? Will help you keep those things in perspective. So I'm going to stop this timer. Cheesy, I've rambled for a lot of your time, and I apologize for that. That being said, I'm going to probably take a break here. Well, first off, before I let you go, let's give you a chance to shout out any projects you're working on, your Twitter, or anything that you want to talk about in response to that. So yeah, you've got the mic. You're muted on Discord, by the way. All right, and we lost him. So it might have been network stuff. But yeah, I'm going to take a quick break because I realized pre-roll is going to be an issue. Here we go. He's back in. Cheesy, unmute when you can. But really quick, I'm going to do some ads in a minute here because I realize that pre-roll ads are on and I don't want people browsing this, like pulling up the stream from browse, getting hit with that pre-roll. So after we finish up with Cheesy here, we will do a BRB and just do a quick roll of ads for people. I'm going to take off so the ads hopefully don't interrupt anything. And then I can go and get a new beverage, walk around, stand up and stretch, and then we'll be back. So Cheesy, finish us off here. And he dropped out again. I should let him talk first. Well, network issues are sure to happen. If you haven't noticed, I'm trying to get some food eaten. But like I said, we want to roll some ads so people don't get hit with that pre-roll on Twitch. Wait, now I can't even do ads. What's happening? Oh, I'm in edit mode? I don't even know what I'm doing, guys. I just edited a layout and now I lost all of my Twitch chat. Fantastic. If any of my mods can screenshot Twitch chat and put it in the Discord so I can catch up. I don't know how much happened there because I was definitely distracted. Yeah, save the layout. What are you doing? Are you gonna clear it again? Goodness. Okay, so I'm gonna do a two... What do I need for ad roll? Does anybody know what the pre-roll, What are like the breakpoints? I know if you don't want to get pre-roll for 30 minutes, you have to run like a certain duration. Three minutes of ads an hour. Wait. Okay, I don't know all of this stuff, but they have 1 minute ad break, 30-second ad break. What are the other options? 1 minute, minute 30, 2 minute, 2 minute 30. I'm gonna do a 2 minute because I'm gonna go and do some stuff anyways, and hopefully this disables pre-roll for 30 minutes. I think the max you can disable pre-roll for is 30 minutes, but I definitely want to get it so pre-roll is not on. So thank you so much for hanging out. We're gonna go to another scene really quick just so it has the... Oh wait, there's a BRB, but full face cam. It says stream starting soon, which it shouldn't. It should say... Can I hack this really quick with OBS? Okay, this is gonna look terrible initially, but I'll have to eyedropper this thing in a second. Windows Alt C. I'm just gonna cover this thingy up. I need the color picker to get the right blue, but I forgot my key code. Enable color picker, Windows Shift C. There we go. 30374A. Three 0374A. And then I can make it a little bit bigger. And then I can edit transform and increase to like 3 degrees, 5 degrees, whatever. Good enough. Cool. Close enough. All right. And now I'm going to do this and then run a quick ad break. Thank you guys for hanging out. Please don't leave on the ad break, but I do understand if you do. Attention is time. Time is money, friend. But here's 2 minutes, and then we'll get back into it and hopefully get some more people that want to do some chats. So drop a message in Twitch chat if you're interested in joining the Discord channel and just talking a little bit about tech. Any questions, anything you want to talk about, open topics, and anybody's welcome. So I'll see you guys in All right. We are back. Turn the music up there so it was a little better than dead space for the break. How's everybody doing? Pamplemousse. Yeah. Which skull knows? I've even got the IRL equivalent, so if I put this over here. Very lifelike. If that's not immersive stream experience, I don't know what is. The stunning realism. Eric Codes was in a Twitter space for me. Hey, it's Homie Coder. What's up, homie? How you doing? Also, I don't know if I shouted this out before. Thank you, Mir, for the follow. Mir is Theo's editor, by the way, so huge shout out to Mir. I don't know if he uses Twitch at all, so if this really matters, but find him on Twitter. Same name? Mir, what's your Twitter? Can you put your Twitter handle in chat? But yeah, he does some awesome work on Theo's editing. He's done Theo's long form videos. He's done a lot of Theo's shorts as well. And really just grown as an editor as well. So I would love to get Mir in here for a chat if he wants to. I sent him a message somewhere. But yeah, I'm talking on an empty Discord channel, nice. But yeah, so if you're new here, if you've gotten here recently, so today we are doing some lightning coffee chats. So this is whoever wants to talk about pretty much anything. Hopefully the focus is tech and software development, as that's, you know, what I know things about, generally speaking. But yeah, anybody who's curious or interested in just chatting, has questions, you know, view this kind of like a one-on-one Twitter space in a sense. If you have questions or comments, if you want to talk about a specific topic, definitely bring it up. Other than that, this is me practicing streaming and just some of the stream stuff. I never tweeted or anything. I should post a TikTok. You guys watch me make a TikTok. How about that? But yeah, so I want to do some of these things where... Oh, shoot. Okay, that worked out. That's funny. But yeah, the goal here is maybe have a couple more of these chats if we can get people in the queue who are interested. Right now, I sent out the Discord link to a couple people, but most were looking for another day. Shoot. I never sent him the link. This is where I need that stupid invite link, so we can do that. So yeah, otherwise I'm going to do some little coding things. I'll set up a, amazing. I'll set up a quick, so one thing I can do is set up a URL. So I have, let's go to this other scene. So for example, right now, if you go to nate.codes/YT, that'll bring you to my YouTube channel. So very simple redirect. My website's an Astro, but that's one thing is, I mean, I need to work on my website in general. This is just Astro template 99%. But you guys can see me get into some code just for some basic. Hey, let's set up some reroutes. I need to make a permanent Discord invite for that, but yeah, I don't think... yeah. I don't know how to register like a custom Discord URL, so like discord.gg/whatever. But it's easier like with YouTube as well. I don't think I'm gonna get the URL I want, so that's why I want to just start having like nate.codes/YT/TT for TikTok. I don't know. I should do more social buttons up here too, so we could add some social links. But for now, we have Eric Codes, who is on deck for the next coffee talk. So we're gonna put this on just google.com, see if there's anything I do want to bring up. Thankfully we've got that dark mode, and we'll drag Eric in here. So Eric, hey, we got Nifty Nate in chat, and Mir, thank you. So Eric, I met in a Twitter space. I don't know if we've met in previous ones as well, but we were talking in Twitter space this morning, And so, Eric, if you want to start by just, I'm not going to go super form-fitted for this. I did terrible at taking notes on the last one anyways. But if you want to just talk a little bit about this morning and the conversation and topics we were touching on, anything you learned or found insightful, and then we'll just hop right into some questions.
Sure. I'm going to start by saying I got into tech. I went to a boot camp and I'm now a data engineer. That's the short version. The longer version maybe we'll get into later on. But I came into the space because I was interested in tutorials and tutorial hell, and specifically not wanting to contribute to tutorial hell by making tutorials that encourage passive consumption. And, excuse me, that was what I was talking about in the space this morning. I don't know what else to mention right off the bat, but if you want to get into some questions.
Yeah, we can feel free to just hop into some questions. Yeah, I think, so that's right. I had forgotten what perspective you were speaking from, but yeah, you're an aspiring content creator, if I'm understanding correctly, right? You want to make tutorials, you want to help make educational content for the community, but you're looking to make tutorials that don't increase or slide into tutorial hell, right? You want to make things that encourage active building and not just getting stuck in this so-called tutorial hell, which we haven't talked about a lot on stream. We spoke about a lot in Twitter Spaces and stuff earlier today, but we could just kind of go back and give a little quick recap on the notion of tutorial hell if you'd like. But let's start with questions. So whatever you want to ask or say, steer the direction for us, Eric.
So I guess my biggest question is kind of unanswerable because it's, where is my space in the creator economy? And I say economy in the sense of like eyeballs and who's watching and and it's easy to feel like the space is saturated, but it may have been YK or it may have been somebody else. No, it was Bo Carnes somebody from the Free Code Camp saying, there's probably someone out there who can benefit from your particular teaching style, and therefore don't feel like you don't have anything to add. So that was an inspiring notion to me, to hear that from someone who's big in the space.
Yeah, I love
trailed
that.
off there.
No, you're good. Yeah, I love that thought because I think it's something I've struggled with as well. For a little bit on my background, I guess I've had this dream of like being a content creator, but not even like being a content creator, but really it was making educational content. And 2, 3, 4 years ago, it was video game stuff. I really was influenced by YouTubers playing games like League of Legends and Fortnite, and whatever game I was playing, I liked the ability to go and watch somebody doing educational commentaries. As good of a label as that might be for video game content, just the notion of verbalizing their thought process and speaking through their mechanics and strategy helped me understand and learn a lot more quickly about the nuance of a video game. And there's not even tons of saturation in video games, but it's just kind of harder in the sense that I feel like you need a lot more to gain legitimacy. I'm not a high rank in any of these games. I'm not at the top of any leaderboards. And there's plenty of people much better than me at these games making content. So the only idea I really had there was like, oh, I could make like a real life, struggling with elo hell or like how to get out of gold series, because I've never actually climbed higher ranks. Some people do like bronze to diamond or unranked to diamond series where they're climbing the ranks and demonstrating how to get through all of the different ranks in a game. I'm not that good, so I would just be playing 100 games at the same rank probably because I'm a very average player. But that idea that wow, cool guy with a fast car outside. Sorry if you guys got that background noise. But I like the idea that sorry, there was just some background noise. Might have cut out with my broadcast, but the idea that there's somebody who might appreciate your specific style, how your brain thinks through these topics, how you pick to communicate it, or what style you kind of come up with for your own content. And that one person in the world that is really going to connect with your content is enough to say, there's value you can bring to the ecosystem. And I think personally, I love the last 6 months because I've kind of learned about all these cool tech content creators, and now I've realized, making content for tech makes much more sense for me because that's an area where I actually have 15 years of experience and a lot of stories to share, and I have opinions, and many of them are wrong, to be clear. I'm definitely not the smartest person in tech or in tech Twitter, any of that. But just the idea that, hey, if I have a goal and an idea of how my content can look and what I want it to do, and ideally like a specific niche that you want to fill, it doesn't matter what the saturation is. Go and create that value in the world, and you can see how it does in terms of success. Maybe you don't bank on this being your next $1 million thing or whatever, but why not get out there and actually create content? Because you don't know. There might be a whole bunch of people out there waiting for content like yours that will learn optimally from that style.
Sure, that's encouraging to hear. And I also, it's interesting, I went through the video games content creation a while back. I was playing StarCraft on stream, and I was never particularly great at it. I think I touched platinum rank once, which is
nice.
once like just barely above gold, which is pretty good for StarCraft, I think, but not good enough to be a big deal on Twitch or anything, because those are the people in the Masters Leagues who are playing at Masters level and interacting with chat at the same time, which is mind blowing.
Yeah, you've got people like Destiny or people like, I think LS was big in that community, but yeah, some guys you watch on YouTube or stream where it's just like, I'll never compete. Like, I will never be as good at the game or know as much about the game as some of these individuals.
Sure. So, but coding is a place where I think I have the capacity to stand out more there than I can in video games. Maybe because it's a more rare skill, maybe because, but also it's interesting you said don't worry about the saturation, just go out there, make some of the content, and put it into the world. And that is going to segue to kind of an interesting point I have, which is I mentioned this on Twitter recently, that it's really hard for me to focus on one thing. If you look back at when I was streaming, I was sending out an auto tweet with the title of my stream for this past week, and from that you could see that, oh, he's learning Rust. Oh no, wait, he's doing PySpark tutorials. Oh no, wait, he's doing Godot and games development. And part of that is because viewers were like, oh, go try this thing, or oh, try this thing. And I said, hey, a viewer wants me to do this. That sounds exciting. I'm going to do that. But I think it would help me if I chose one thing and focused in on it. And one area where I maybe have an unfair advantage is getting back to my background. I did do a dual degree chemistry and music in undergrad. So I've got some pretty serious music chops. And I think that could inform the design of musical interactive games that, have some music theory ideas behind them and are kind of like a pre-packaged musical composition that the game user then comes in and, pushes a few intuitive buttons that seem like doesn't take a lot of, it's a low learning curve to begin with this thing. But because it's backed up by the music theory and the idea of composition within the game, let's see, where was I with that? I saw the chat and got off steam.
You're fine.
But I think that, Ali Abdaal is the one who talks about your unfair advantages. And if I can, so what I'm doing now is just learning about Godot. And there was, on their basic tutorial, they had a thing where you can just drop a ball and watch it bounce around. And I thought to myself, well, what if I drop 4,000 balls and make them all tiny? Would it look like, an ideal gas from chemistry studies? And turns out it did look like that. You could actually see little ones evaporating off. And then I wanted to, yeah, it's pretty crazy that these randomly bouncing things, there's this like I said, 4,000 of them, and at that point my computer started to sweat and it started to slow down the frame rate a little bit. But you could see every once in a while, even though these balls are just all bouncing against each other and they look kind of like a liquid, every once in a while a single ball pops out the top. And that's how evaporation works.
Yep.
So that was kind of cool, kind of neat. And I didn't get to this point, but I wanted to make a plot that showed the histogram of velocity of the molecules versus how many molecules had that
Right.
velocity.
Yeah.
And I got stuck at how do you draw a line to specific points in Godot, which I'm sure is a pretty basic thing, but I'm new to the platform, so
Yeah,
I
but you hit a
figured
wall.
that out.
Yeah.
Hit a wall last night on that, so that's something that I might be working on, and that might have the makings of a tutorial, like how I built this thing.
Yeah, I think that's some really cool content, and I've been playing with this as well. So there's obviously the tutorial format of, hey, here's me building this thing, and I think you have kind of two general categories right now. There's one, I'm building this thing genuinely without much like editing or preparation, and that's I would say live stream coding is in there. So anybody streaming on Twitch just saying, hey, I'm coding this thing, come along and join, and then the resultant VODs, of course, is, you know, that kind of content. And then category two is curated, intentionally designed project, probably somewhat scripted, but very, you know, quick and short and more to the point, and like the ideal speed of developing that thing. Probably you're not going to have somebody struggling through pages of documentation like you would on stream. You're going to have somebody that's already written all of that code once before and knows exactly what they're going to write, right? So
Sure.
I think I've struggled with seeing that second category and thinking I need to do exactly that. But one, I think I've enjoyed streaming and I've learned a lot from streaming. So even when I'm terrible at things, I think it's helpful to learn in public in general. It helps encourage me because it gives me a little bit of public accountability and kind of helps with focus too. But also,
It
it can
immensely
be
helps me with focus.
right, because you feel like, okay, I'm actually gonna, like, I'm not gonna sit here and mindlessly scroll Reddit or Twitter while I have, you know, hundreds, or in my case, ones of people watching me on the internet.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, it's fun for that personal boost, but also the community aspect. I think it can be helpful to others. Now, I like what you're saying though of how did I build a thing, and this is content that I think is more what I want to start moving towards, because I want to get a little bit more prepared, but I also don't think I'm going to have the chops to do a like quality tutorial, the likes of which you see from, you know, from Jack Harrington or from Theo or anybody else. I'm probably not going to do the best at that yet, because I'm still learning on several areas, not the least of which is just the creation of the content itself and editing the videos, but on the tech as well. So I like the idea of build a thing, learn from it, then hit the record button and talk through your process. Write a little bit of an outline to describe your steps first, maybe. Do a little bit of editing just to clean up your pauses and the ums and maybe keep it concise. But otherwise, post it. It's like an anecdotal tutorial where you're not necessarily walking them through all of it. You can walk through most of the code, so you can bring you writing a full thing in front of them with every single step iterated in such a way that they can go and do it themselves. It could just be, hey, this was a project I did, this was how I worked through this. Ideally, it's open source, so you can drop the GitHub link and say like, hey, you can check out the code, you know, head over to GitHub. But just having a little bit of preparation where it's not like a fully fledged code base you designed to communicate and teach a specific concept, but it's just a lesson you learned in the last week. It's like more of a let's play than a guide to playing this character in a game, right? It's more of a, hey, I did this thing, come along with me and what I learned, rather than this is the perfect ideal way to do a thing. And I think even just pivoting your intention there can help with the uncertainty and the unconfidence, because like if I'm going to make a Vim tutorial and hold myself to the level of like a TJ DeVries or the Primogen or any of these amazing Vim people on YouTube that have great videos, then I'll be very discouraged. But if I can say, hey, I'm going to try to do a quick intro to Vim for somebody that knows nothing about Vim, for brand new programmers. Maybe I can put together a little 5-minute thing that somebody finds useful, and it'll never be as good as what those other creators have already made even. But by finding a new application or a new technique or even a new intention, like my intention isn't showing the perfect ideal way to do a thing, but my intention is to demonstrate by my own experience how I was able to do a thing. I think that can be a really helpful kind of content. And again, having that intention behind it where you're picking not just the niche you want to fill or like the market you want to go for, whatever the marketing terms, the strategic terms are, it's not that you're so much thinking about your niche, but you're just thinking, what is my intention? Like, what do I want my content to do? What impact and value do I hope in a best case scenario, if I'm successful and this thing blows up, what do I want people to get from it? What is the value that I want people to find? And if you as an individual can really design that and think about it and build it around your core priorities and believe in it, I think that's going to give you a lot more long-standing motivation and passion and a lot more diligence moving forward than hitting the perfect market necessarily. And I think regardless, even if you don't get whatever your definition of success is, if you want to blow up and go huge or whatever it is, if you don't quite hit that, or if you feel there's goals that are unmet, I think it'll be much easier to say you've learned, grown, and provided value to the world by having that kind of a framework behind it as well. If you have that intention of, I want to make content that I could give to this type of people to learn this type of thing, and you go and do it, and you have a great time, you make some videos, but then you're like, this isn't for me, and you don't do it long term, if you still made those 8 videos that you can still copy and paste and send to people, and people are still finding those, you did accomplish a thing. You did achieve a goal. And I think it'll reduce the weight of shame for what people may construe as failure if you're able to set these more incremental iterative goals that you also allow yourself to pivot from. I mean, let's be agile in our learning processes as well as our software building processes, right? Iterate, learn the next thing, learn the best thing. Maybe TikTok isn't for you, maybe Twitter isn't for you, maybe YouTube isn't for you. Pick up the lessons that you learned and pivot in a way that you're still exploring and finding that best thing. Don't hold yourself accountable to goals you made in the past where you want to be more agile.
I like that idea of agile in learning. I'll also say I don't think TikTok is for me. That's the feeling I get. I haven't tried it, so maybe there's something there, but
that's a funny one. I could do a video on why I'm on TikTok, because I've been struggling with that. I literally just joined TikTok like 1 or 2 weeks ago with very specific intentions, and I suck at it. I haven't been posting. But yeah, that would be a funny thing for a talk, is like TikTok sucks or TikTok isn't right for me. So we got some new friends in chat. FYI CLI, my favorite username on Twitch. I absolutely love anytime I see that username. Very happy to see you here. Jax, yeah, he was one of my first subs, I think. I think FYI CLI was like my 2nd or 3rd sub when I did software development streaming. Might have been the first, honestly. But thank you for being here. Look, kids, grandpa's getting famous on TikTok. Exactly. And the thing is, I know people that use TikTok who are my age or older and who do have huge followings and huge impacts. So that's why I think I'm challenging myself on that notion a little bit more. But I mean, that is what I feel like. I'm you know, holy cannot type. Yeah, like I'm this guy. I'm the fellow kids meme. How do you do, fellow kids? Like, that's me on TikTok, 1,000,000%. But I'm challenging myself to look past that perspective, to look past that perception that many have, and just go, well, what the heck? I'll make some, you know, TikToks about coding. I'll make some TikToks about tech, whatever it is, and, you know, throw more stuff out into the universe and see what happens. I really like the idea of quick tips, like 30-second, like, here's how, especially, I mean, dude, for Vim, I think that's one of the best formats. So I am really excited to do some more technical TikToks where it's like, hey, here's one key map in Vim. This is what it does. Like, I could do millions of those. And I think it's a lot more digestible than, well, it's not more digestible, but you could actually do more Vim stuff that way. Whereas if you try doing that in a 10-minute video, it's terrible. Like, just walking through every possible remap or walking through, like, the best way to learn it is honestly to go read the Vim help on it. Like, literally read the help inside of NeoVim or inside of Vim to learn some of those things. But many people don't want to do that. They don't want to open up the help and just read through the docs. But it's like, dude, I could literally do, you know, Vim help documentation in 30-second increments on TikTok, and I feel like that would provide a lot of value to people that won't open the help documents and read it, but they'll scroll through and flip through 10 TikToks that are like, hey, here's a remap that does this. Great, next one. Hey, so much you can do there. And I like the idea of that. Use the format and the structure of the content for what it might be better at. Now we have running through. Okay, so couple people in the chat. Yeah, definitely busy life with work and family in the last week or two. But I'm trying to get a consistent schedule. Probably a Saturday stream, maybe a Sunday stream, and then 1 or 2 night streams during the week. There's no Vim tricks. It's just the way things work. Showing plugins is cool though. IMO. Yeah, that's the thing. There's not really tricks. It's just literally like this is what the jump list is. This is how things get into the jump list. This is how you use this plugin. This like it is very direct, and it is kind of just for some of the conceptual things. It really is just like this is the way Vim works, and most people opening Vim don't understand how it works. That's why I say if you read the help page, if you read the literal manual that's in the help, like you'll learn all of it. Like if you go in for remaps and you learn that, it'll go through the modes and all the different like recursive and non-recursive. So you can actually learn it very quickly, but it's just so rare in today's day and age for people to do that, to just crack the help manual and start reading through it. But some of the like best hacks and best things you're missing about how you use Vim are literally just built-in Vim fundamentals. Like what are your registers? What's the jump list? How do you manipulate and navigate the jump list? So yeah, it's an interesting topic. I'm excited to do some more Vim content. That's for dang sure. I'm going to take a pause because pre-roll is on again, and my voice is cracking a little bit here. But before we do that, I want to give Eric a minute to shout anything out, say anything else you want to say, and then we don't need to stop talking either. I mean, we're kind of chilling at this point, but I'm just going to do that pre-roll real quick and then grab a water refill.
I'll just shout out my Twitch profile. I've got links to various things I'm doing, available through there.
Awesome. So I got your official shout out in the channel there. Let me follow as well.
Great. That was good. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely, man. No, yeah, happy to have anyone on. Again, this is totally open. If anybody in Twitch chat or anybody watching, I haven't checked YouTube chat in like an hour and a half, but I never have viewers, so I don't think it matters. Yeah, one watching right now, and that's me. Yep, sounds about right.
There you go.
No, that's
Yeah,
good.
I
I
haven't
just
even
wanted to make
bothered multi-streaming to YouTube these days.
That was mostly an
All the good
implementation
sites.
thing for me. There's not much reason for me to be on YouTube right now because I won't get found, but it's more I wanted to figure out how to do the protocol and how to use the tools and things. So, and it gives me VODs, so maybe it's easier to slice some things up from there and do some shorts. So, there's some utility there for me, but yeah, my focus is
Yeah, the
definitely on
VOD.
Twitch chat.
Yeah, the automatic VODs are a nice feature, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing. Yeah, YouTube parties. Well, I think part of it is I need to get like more tweets when I'm live. I need to be posting in Discords when I'm going live, and I need to be asking people to like the stream, follow the stream. If you get subs, oh, I'm gonna do a shield thing and hit you with an ad break right after. This is terrible. I'm like the worst streamer ever right now. If you haven't followed me and you're enjoying this content, please hit the follow button on whichever platform you're viewing. It's Twitch, I know. And if you are interested, yeah, thank you. If you don't want to get this ad break that's about to hit, although again, I'm trying to be AFK during ad breaks because that uses the time well, I think, so it's not like you get that much benefit. But feel free to subscribe, and if you want to hit me with that subscription that we don't have any emotes for, but my wife is working on some emotes for our subscribers, so those will be coming soon, as well as for the Discord. And please join my Discord that I haven't made that link for yet, but I'll go generate another one and copy paste. But yeah, thank you all for being here. We're going to do that quick. Doubt anyone here's unsubbed at this point. Yeah, we got 20 gift subs with like 10 viewers, so I'm pretty sure everybody got the subs. But hey, Twitch Prime. If you don't know what Twitch Prime is, use your Twitch Prime here. You'll skip the ads. I don't know. Thank you everybody for being here. This is a blast. I'm going to mute. So you can hang out in the Discord here, Eric. I'm just going to deafen and go AFK for 1 minute. All right. 2 minutes. I guess that works. All right. Yeah, so going live and posting like in Discords and stuff when I go live is something I need to get better at. I did make myself a guide here in one of my Discord channels and I pinned it. Or maybe I didn't pin it. Oh goodness, I spam too much. There we go. And then we should figure out, so I'm probably going to transition soon here to either playing some video games, because my wife actually wants to play some video games with me, and I want to play some video games with her. So we might shift over to streaming some It Takes Two in a bit, because that's a very fun video game that we're playing together. And other than that, I should go up to the... I might want to do some of these rants, or at least start thinking through this, if people are willing to just listen and chat and give me I'll like start writing outlines for some of this. But then, what is it? I'll do tasks. Yeah, I'm not gonna write a blog post today, but these are like some things I want to get around to. I could make TikToks on stream. Okay, if me existing on TikTok isn't cringe, how cringe is me making TikToks on stream? Dev is watching ads? Yo. How is Dev not subbed? How do I have a not subscribed moderator? I think... I was about to say, like, I have a moderator who's not subscribed, who just saw ads. And I was gonna apologize, but really, whose fault is that, Dev? Whose fault? Who is to blame for that ad break you just got? I'm just kidding, man. You don't need to support me. Why can't I? Oh. Homie Coder beat me to it. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Homie Coder. Homie Coder is awesome. Huge friend of the stream here. One of my favorite. Was in one of my first software dev streams, actually. And I was trying to gift Dev. I literally was like, after I said it, I was like, okay, I'm not going to be that streamer that's like, oh, you should be supporting me. I'm going to guilt you into... So I was about to go gift it. And literally as I was about to push pay, the button got grayed out. Which, credit to Twitch's microservice infrastructure to some degree, because, hey, checkout ops is pretty locked in. If I got a... he might have hit it before I got to the button displaying, so maybe it wasn't a live reload, but it was very responsive. Like, I suddenly couldn't gift Dev, and that was right after I gifted you a sub a month ago. I did, or Homie Coder did, because either's believable. Yeah, thank you, Homie. That puts Homie Coder at our number 2 gifter. Angular_is_the_best is still our number 1 gifter with the insane 20 bomb earlier. 20 gift subs put us on like a level 3 hype train. I don't even have channel emotes yet. And firmly took that number 1 position on the leaderboard of gifting, that's for darn sure. But Homie Coder now has claimed the silver. We've got a number 2 with 1. I never know which direction to point for where things are. But Homie Coder's number 2 on there, and with 1 gift, you could get number 3. I assume ties are resolved just by whoever was first, right? If somebody else gifts 1 sub, they'll probably be number 3. I don't know. I don't know those heuristics. And we know how to find out. Okay, that's enough cringe. So chat, tell me what I should do at this point. So we did some of these. These are future chats. Put Eric on here, who is still in the Discord. I could unmute him. We could have people just hang out in the Discord. No! No! Banish him! Ban. No advertising, purchasing of followers in my stream, you absolute POS. My wife just got so scared. But no. Nobody... Wait, did you just unban him? What the heck? Okay, you timed him out. He switched it to a timeout. Thanks, Ben. You know more about... No, it was somebody in chat just said, hey, want to buy followers? I don't know. I didn't even read the full thing, to be honest, but it was something about buying followers. And I've seen a couple of those at this point to know that it's nothing good. If it's not obvious. So be gone! Get out of here. I never want to see your face again. Or again in 600 seconds, because Ben switched it to a timeout. But, yeah, I mean, now I need to ban Dev because he said those words in chat, so, you know, rip. I hope you enjoyed your mod status. I'm sorry, man. Rules are rules. I gotta be consistent. I can't be prioritizing, you know, longtime mods and supporters because, you know, the rules are, I said, don't say those things. You even had the URL in there. Can I block this message? That's a timeout that does that, right? You know, and I mean, I appreciate that you got that sub badge, but, you know, that was a gift, man. And you're not even supporting my content or my stream. Yeah, I'm trolling your mod again. By that logic, you did actually say, don't bring up the Angular thing. Don't bring up the A word. Oh, my wife just got owned in Age of Empires 2. Babe, why'd you lose?
I'm bad at this game.
There's somebody doing mentorship right now? Do you need mentorship in Age of Empires 2? We could bring you on for a coffee chat. You'll have to join my Discord. You might have to sub. You're sucking throwing post-it balls, too. I hope your micro's better than that.
Love you too.
Oh, playing games with the wife might be a good one. Nate, as a Dark Theo who promotes Angular would be a sweet arc. No, that was proof that I'm not the Dark Theo because I got trolled by Angular on stream when I was clearly not, like, I was so distracted because I was trying to figure out what was happening that I got dono bombs out of nowhere. But yeah, thanks again, Homie Coder, for the gift. I don't know if I actually shouted that out earlier. I mean, we talked about it and laughed about it clearly, but yeah, no, that was... the Angular trolling. Somebody clipped that and put it in the Discord. I'll have to go and watch that clip later. So, babe, what happened? Did you not tech? Like, did you just get invaded? Were you farming the wrong resources? I mean...
They had a lot of RAMs, okay?
They had a lot of RAMs. They must have downloaded RAM. Have you downloaded more RAM for your computer? Don't get obliterated like my wife in Age of Empires because you don't have enough RAM.
At least
Download RAM.com right now.
At least I wasn't using any cheat codes.
That's true. I used a lot of cheat codes when I played Age of Empires 2. I used a lot of cheat codes. What was the, I think that's a cell phone by Benton right there. I think that... Should I move this thing onto... We can do this. Do I have to switch to just chatting at this point? Although I never did our software dev on this stream. Yeah, these highlights are getting a little excessive for subscribers now that people...
Whoa.
Ah! Ah!
Massive inception going on here.
Wasn't quite thinking about that, I guess. Yeah, I need to... I guess I'll just do this. I'm such a bad streamer. I mean, does this feed really matter? It's not like I'm gonna get more gifts.
I don't know how I lost because I still
You
got
don't
an
know how you
MVP
lost.
badge. How did
You were the
most
MVP, you
valuable
lost.
player lose the game?
I mean, did you lose the game?
Maybe.
That might be, that's what I was looking for. That might be your problem. Need AoE 2 stream. I have a capture card, so we could, I have an HDMI cable big enough. We could run an HDMI cable from her PC to my capture card, and I could watch her play Age of Empires on stream and commentate and critique, which would be super duper fun.
Sounds awful.
Oh, my placement sucks now. I need to fix the scene.
You get a really big head.
RBWL is going on. I don't even know what that is. I'm so out of touch with things. 2-handle wall mount bathroom faucet trim in Venetian. I googled RBWL, so Red Bull's SEO sucks, and I'm going to commentate on this now. So you can see that we clearly have a beautiful, traditionally styled bathroom faucet here. Now, it's got some ornate detailing in the handles. I don't think I like this little up swoop on the faucet. That's weird. I don't know why they're going for that. And just in general, I'm more of a minimalist. I like that contemporary style, so I'm just not a fan because it's that more traditional. I mean, it's Venetian bronze. I don't know why your Google SEO that comes up first for this string that I can't even find on your webpage defaults to that color, but it sucks. I definitely don't want that in my house or my bathroom. Champagne bronze is worse. I take it back. That might have been the best option. I mean, chrome. I would do like or stainless. I think this looks good, but I mean, $676. Sorry, man. Not worth. Lame. Alright, next reaction content. Yeah, this guy's doing TikTok, I can tell. No way. Okay, so this is actual. I was hoping you were talking about AoE 2. Do you mean literally right now, or? Yup, literally right now. Amazing. I should show my wife. They're doing professional Age of Empires 2 right now. There's a Red Bull tournament.
He sees the TC. Mr. Yo capped.
Do they need an MVP?
When is the last time we saw this maneuver?
Who would you suggest?
The only one in this room.
That's fair. You're probably better at Age of Empires than I am right now. I haven't played in a while. Okay, this is kind of sick though. So babe, watch what they're doing and then just do the exact same thing and then you'll be good, right?
I even picked the easy map. I don't know what happened.
She's not even doing like PvP too. She's doing like campaign, right? She's going through
Skirmish.
skirmish. Okay, nice. See, I can't commentate this because I don't know anything about AoE meta. This would literally have to be Twitch chat teaches me about AoE 2 meta because I haven't done this. Like, I played AoE 15 years ago when it came out as a kid, and I enjoyed it. But I just learned all of the cheat codes. I didn't even know about macro then, like macro versus up micro. This lukewarm take brought to you by Red Bull. Alright, so where's the timer? 26 minutes. So what point are they at right now? Would this be considered early game, mid game? Now you know what we're doing on stream either. That would be great, dude. If you want to teach me Age of Empires meta and we can play AoE together, that would make for an awesome stream. Let's do a full interview and we'll just BS about it.
You at something and you're gonna get better than me?
Yeah, babe, that's how it works. I'm sorry, but that's just how it goes in video games. You're gonna play a video game, then I'm gonna play that video game and I'll be better than you. It's just...
At at least I've beat Breath of the Wild.
That's true. She beat me on Breath of the Wild. She's got like almost completion mode on Breath of the Wild. But it's not sexism. That's not because of, no, I'll say that to many of my male friends as well. It's how I approach video games. I like play a video game 3 times and then I watch 40 hours of YouTube content on the meta to try to like go min-max it. That's just, I'm a sweaty gamer. Nothing to do with gender. Nothing to do with me being male or her being female. That's just me being obsessive about learning and improving in video games. Goodness, I need to get a, should probably change stream title and stuff. But yeah, so like I was saying, wife and I wanted to play some, everyone can be sexy regardless of gender, come on, exactly. Wife and I wanted to play some video games together, so I might pull that up next, but I mean, I guess I'll leave this on here. Ridiculous this is, but I think that I'm gonna leave Twitch chat here. I'm gonna go grab some water, but I wanted to put up these topics, and if anybody wants to hear any of these or wants to, yeah, whatever. These are things that I might do like a quick 5-minute rant on stream just to get some footage for potential editing practice and whatnot. So if anybody wants to hear more about these topics and their rants and discussions, I'll just space this out a bit so it's more obvious.
As he's pushing through the center with the Cav Archers, but Yo, I mean, ACCM just needs to take his eyes off his army for 1 second and Yo will demolish it.
With Cav Archers, it's so difficult. And these castles are...
Is that obvious enough?
Would have been good if it was MBL versus Cap Watch earlier, but in this case, you need so much more map control.
It's a lot of Cav Archers. He's got 12 in the queue. They're dangerous, right? They're dangerous, but they can only be at one spot at one time.
How's balance on stuff? What do you guys want? Because I'm about to go AFK for a minute / run some ads because pre-roll. No, wait, pre-roll... I still have pre-roll off for a bit. We ran a long break. Okay, then I'm just gonna AFK webcam for a minute and go grab some water in like 20 seconds. But yeah, look at these topics and let me know if you want me to talk about any of these, or if you guys want to have any conversation, discussion on that stuff, and enjoy some high-quality Age of Empires 2 content. Am I gonna get, like, freaking in trouble or demonetized on this for restreaming? This is reaction content, right? I'm following them, I'm promoting them, I'll give them a shout-out.
I mean, he also has 144 bills and counting at this point. Yeah. I like how he just gave up on
I was stoked to hear that there's literally pro AoE 2 content going on right now. I didn't know anything about this, so this is sick. FYI CLI, take it easy. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that was a good space for sure. But yeah, have a wonderful evening. Hope you definitely swing by again next time, because I love that username and I love seeing you pop up. Have a good one though. Alright, I'm gonna mute and just AFK. Hit the head real quick, grab some water, stretch break, posture check, all that good stuff. And we will be back in a minute here.
We got 52 villagers in this area. Cav Archers now dealing with fires in the back of his economy when he really needs to be pushing. This might be a situation where he sees Yo get Imperial Age and it's super demoralizing for him.
Yeah.
Because he knows he probably had a good position in this game, like a really good position.
It's just so tough with Yo as Cumans. We actually, every time we watch Yo on an open map go Cumans, we have the same conversation. It's like, so risky, oh my god, the other person's pushing. And then in mid-Castle Age, he's always got that eco turning itself into Night Raids.
Yep. It's a lot of Cav Archers. It's 32 Cav Archers, but does he have potential to go to Imperial Age, get those additional upgrades? Not really.
No.
At the moment, and does he have any potential to stop the Imperial Age army from Yo? And ACCM knows. He's like, if I'm going to stay in this game, screw the raids. I can't deal with that. I have to do damage to my opponent. He's coming forward, and Yo knows that ACCM knows that, so Yo knows that he can go to ACCM's base.
We all know.
Everyone's a knower.
We all know.
Everyone is a knower.
I think we all know what direction this game is going. Actually, a good thing for Yo to lose a couple villagers over the last couple minutes, because he's just going to fill that population space with Cavalier.
And he's even taking out the TCs. That's all the farming eco from ACCM. He's down to 19 on food. I mean, he needs to go up to the next stage. He's not going to have the food for it. Once again, that area of the economy is very ugly for him, and Mr. Yo has cleaned up that TC. He's even just whittling down the Cav Archer numbers at this point. Like, he's perfectly content to lose those knights if he takes out 5 Cav Archers.
He doesn't have to micro. He just sends them
patrol
in.
it.
Yeah, just patrol.
He could even wall this with a villager and stick them in there.
And as he lets that army fight, he goes elsewhere. But
I think this is the end of the road for ACCM. Unfortunately, I mean, he's such a beautiful human being. I think we would call him, and a beautiful Age of Empires player. And he came from so far away. He had a great showing, but Mr. Yo is just rolling over the remnants of his eco. This is
all before Paladin, by the way.
Yep.
Halberdier.
Look at the amount of gold that Yo has right now.
Yep. But think about it. If you have a 1% chance, you should play on in this scenario. I think 1% may be fair, even though we know that Yo will probably make that 0. Also, the population's 132 for the time being, so you don't want to reside until you're probably below 100 and behind an age. And those camels actually clear that. So, you know, he's got some positives to look for. Also, still counterattacking. Like, the fact that he's continually counterattacked this whole game is so good, because then he is dead if he can't get the counters in.
Yeah, and there's the Trebuchet attacking that TC. Camel is pushing him back a little bit. ACCM refuses to give up. He's losing more villagers now, though, and there's no stone, there's no gold underneath that castle anymore. As he goes for another castle a little bit further forward just to secure a wood line. Paladin is on the way, and Imperial Age is still far out of reach for ACCM. 3 on wood. 3 on wood only.
Paladin's pretty rare to see in a 1v1, just because if you have the resources and the time to get Paladin, you probably already have the resources.
Already a winning position.
Exactly, but he's content with how this is going.
Eco KD for Mr. Yo, 140 killed.
Yeah.
Versus 60. I mean,
At one
ACCM,
point,
he's been doing well with the raids, but Yo has just been killing everything.
At one point, Yo had 95 eco kills, and he had 15 deaths. And that was maybe like 10 minutes ago now.
Cav Archer mass is down to 9.
They've lived a good life.
7.
Yeah, they've lived a very good life.
They have, and they have 33 kills.
Also, Yo's only 150 pop, which is a little surprising to me.
Yeah, he's only got 4 Cavalier in the queue.
Yeah.
Okay, he sells some wood, and he's getting guilds now. I guess he's putting all his resources into technologies at the moment. Still has the Trebuchets alive and well, and he's going to attack that castle. And here come the camels from ACCM. The fight in this man is unbelievable.
Yeah, and the fact he's only 30 population behind when Yo's been sending everything at him tells the whole story, but he calls the GG. He gives the good luck next. Classy, classy man.
Classy.
Heart's broken a little bit here, Dave, because ACCM went up 1-0, but at the same time, we just witnessed greatness. Yo with Cumans.
I mean, we had doubts about Mr. Yo. We had doubts. He had doubts about himself, but in the end of the day, he proved that he is a top player. He is a contender. He is the Red Bull Wallalo 1 champion. Absolutely heartbroken for ACCM, but not surprised at all, as Mr. Yo is a beast. And we're going to have him in here shortly for the interview. Thank you for staying tuned with us. I mean, it's been a long day. It's late right now, but I think it's well worth it to experience those last 2 series that we have. Absolutely incredible. Both 2-1 best of 3s, and both the very best Age of Empires I think that can be found right now.
We had some epic sets today.
Yeah,
they were unbelievable, and we kind of saved the best for last. It felt like with NBL Capotch, just as competitive as this set here, and then ACCM Yo. I'm a little speechless at the moment. You know, we're just heading into the quarterfinals tomorrow, so I'm sure we'll have a conversation shortly on what exactly is going to unfold. But still, like, my heart's pumping. It's going to be tough for me to sleep tonight, but I better get some Z's because it's going to be crazy tomorrow.
It's going to be even better tomorrow. All right, Riley is now with Mr. Yo, and he's going to tell us some of his thoughts about that series.
Thanks very much.
All right, we're back. We're not BRB.
My goodness me, it is very late here. It is 11:30 at night. You must be exhausted after a marathon set of games, but also you must.
My wife is like, "Oh no, you're losing viewers."
Yeah. I like.
He's cracking the whip.
So I got really tired, and I practiced a lot today, trying to find my skills back. I don't know. I'm not quite used to the settings, and I'm really happy that I win.
Well, I want to talk about what this tournament means to you because, of course, sadly you weren't here last year, but you have won one of these. You won the first one, the Red Bull Wallow. You know, you are a Red Bull champion. It must just.
All right. So I'm either going to talk about a couple of these topics, and we'll do another poll to figure out, you know, what people want me to talk about for a couple minutes, or we're going to jump straight into playing games with the wife. Regardless, we'll be playing games with the wife shortly because I want to see if we can get through another level in this game. And then I'll be shutting down stream for now. But yeah, this was super fun. This was super unplanned and stuff. I kind of just jumped in to do it, but I really enjoyed the format. So we'll do more of these, and I'll be a little more prepared and have some stuff set up and more of a list. But the host gear looks way too clean. For real, dude. That cosplay-ish host is legit. Can't believe I missed the end of the game too. How did they win? Dev, can you give me the what was the big play at the end? How was the game ended?
With archers and then mangonel and camels. I think I chance.
It's a LAN event happening in a literal castle in Germany. All right, one person voted in that poll, and they voted Talk Tech. So now we get to make another poll to figure out what we're going to talk about.
Made a huge amount of difference in the end, and Mr. Yo, you've made it through to the quarters. I don't really want to keep you any longer. It's very late. It's time for you to get some rest. It's time for Small to get some rest. Mr. Yo, congratulations. Looking forward to seeing you in the quarterfinals.
Thank you, thank you.
Speaking of the quarterfinals, my friend, as we head back into our casting chamber, it is time for us to determine our bracket, and we are going to be doing this with a random draw, a semi-random draw at least. The way this works is that we have players from Group A and players from Group B who will be spread out throughout the bracket here.
Do a 3-minute poll here.
In the caster chamber here for us to
One
determine
sec.
who will play whom tomorrow, Nearly. Now, we aren't going to be talking tonight about which order they'll be playing in. We're just going to be determining the bracket, and we'll be figuring out and, of course, announcing the order of this match here. But in front of us, Nearly, you can explain to the viewers here what we've got going on. We're doing essentially just a random draw for the bracketing in the quarters.
Exactly that. Both groups had 2 people that went 2-0 in their group and 2 people that went 2-1 in their group, and we've basically crossed them. So we have
No
this
preference.
Group is the 2 zeros from Group A, and those are the
All right,
2
we're
zeros
gonna
from Group B.
close down the Age of Empires stream because this is just random. But yeah, I mean, I should be just chatting now, but I feel like just chatting in tech should be acceptable content for the software category. You know what I mean? Sounded like Mango now, yeah. Yeah, you need parallels run on Mac probably. Stop me at least one game. Yeah, that'd be fun. I'm definitely down to do some AoE dev, but I will need to go and do some meta learning and watch some YouTube tutorials first, so I at least stand a chance. Yeah, I'm exactly knowing you need build orders. Like I'm literally just gonna need to go and learn some teching and then figure out what to build and when to build it. But my micro is gonna be garbage. Yeah, Theo's always in software and game dev category, even though 95% is just chatting. That's very true. And Theo's, as we've said, and it's gone many times now, it's you know, Theo's arguably one of the most high value and especially high value per hour of stream content creators in tech, in my opinion. And we've heard a couple other people share, you know, his content as inspiration or valuable. So he does a great job, and yeah, debatably 95% of his stream is just chatting, but dude, good interviews too, that's another thing. Good interviews and good long-form tech content is so incredibly high level now. Ryan Carniato, my goodness, is he, I should verify this is the same. Ryan Solid, I believe. Huge shout out to Ryan Carniato on Twitch and on YouTube. I know he does his Friday streams on YouTube, and there's VODs on YouTube. I think, does he restream? Does he like co-stream those to Twitch? Anyways, yeah, amount of value spilled out per hour, Ryan Carniato might be higher than Theo. That is true, and that's no shade to Theo. Watch one of Ryan Carniato's streams, and if you understand most of what he's talking about, which It's not necessarily for beginners, so no shame if you don't understand what he's talking about. But definitely go and watch his content just to see how incredibly valuable per hour tech content can be. Because he is, if you don't know the context, Ryan Carniato is one of the creators of Solid.js, which is an awesome, newer, bleeding-edge framework that's a React equivalent, essentially. And I've tried it out just a little bit with, some side project things I'm messing around with, mainly using Astro as well. It's very easy to use Solid with an Astro starter kit, so I highly recommend that if you just want to play around with it a bit. But Ryan Carniato, as a framework author and maintainer, he does content where he's interviewing and talking to other framework authors and discussing things with them, and it's so valuable to hear like people who are inventing this stuff discuss it. We got a three-way tie between building versus tutorialing, confidence, and TikTok isn't for me. So we'll swap these. Dev, if you could help me out, can you find Theo's tweet on the content funnel? It has TikTok and YouTube and Twitch, and it describes the user funnel, the audience funnel, something like that. He had an Excalibur. If somebody has that link, that would be awesome, because I want that for... I want that material for here. Confidence. We're gonna watch some video for that one. I hate to do like React content straight up, but if you guys haven't seen the video, we need to see it, and I need to rewatch it. And then this one's easy. Oh, the other thing we were gonna do is monkey type. I was gonna say, somebody was talking about my words per minute earlier, and I was gonna say, yeah, I think I did 140 in monkey type recently. But yeah, I could do some monkey type grinding to see if I can, move up my average or whatever. I don't know. I made the profile and can log in and stuff, but that's another fun. Dude, what are these tweets? What is on my timeline? Is this what's happening in fashion in 2022?
What made you laugh so clearly? It's working.
No, the caption, when you never ever skip leg day. Oh, I just hit my head on my knee. I laughed so hard. This is brilliant. Who's Jem Young? And why am I not already following? That's amazing. That is hilarious. Like, what? I need to know the context, though. What is that? Yeah, it's pretty accurate doppelganger tweet. Oh my gosh. Oh goodness, that is funny. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh goodness. Okay. So now we're doing like... That's right. I think I'm gonna repin. I think I'm gonna switch my pin. This was what I pinned because I like this meme. I have another one I've been thinking about for this, for the tech influencers versus senior engineers. I've got to figure out the wording, but that's another one I'll do soon. Here we go. So this was the tweet. We were in a space earlier with YK and with Kyle, Tech Squid TV on Twitter. And this was, I was gonna say, I think I can find, yeah, Dev's in here. Oh no, Kyle wasn't in there. But yeah, YK commented on one of these. So No matter your current step of learning / progression, the optimal use of time, resources, and attention will always be in order: 1, building; 2, tutorialing. Where tutorialing I'm defining as strictly consumption-based learning, whether it be reading, watching, listening, you're not building. On number 2, the clarification is you should go to tutorialing and find a blog, tutorial, or case study that teaches you something, if and only if you do not know the required text / code / syntax / approach to continue building. Once your building hits a wall, go learn until you can solve that specific issue, then go to 1. So go back to building. And this is all basically taken from this Theo video, which if you haven't watched, you should definitely watch. After 1.5 decades in tech, I still screw this up. This year I learned a ton about AWS infrastructure for my job, but now I believe I distinctly inhibited my own growth / learning by continuing to watch reInvent talks and YouTube videos when I could have built 5 Lambdas. And that was kind of what I was talking about in the space, was it was just like, once you get to a point where you can build something, probably your fastest way to learning and growing as an engineer is going to be to go and build that thing as quickly as you can. And you're going to hit a wall, and you're going to find something you don't know how to do, and you're going to not succeed in building it all the way. But once you hit that next wall, you will know exactly what to go and learn next to get past that wall and then get back to building. And my belief is that the most high value, like highest impact per minute of learning is when you're actively building something that, 1, is somewhat relevant to whatever you're trying to learn or whatever field you're trying to get into, and 2, that you care about and ideally solves a problem you yourself have experienced. And that's something that Theo talks about a lot, and we'll watch a bit of this video right now because it's that good, but probably not the full thing. And then I shouted some people out. We were talking, everybody here, YK, Tech Squid, Primogen, Jacob, Theo, and others have been talking about this in the last month or so, as evidenced by this tutorial video from 2 weeks ago. And then this was the space where we were talking about it. It wasn't recorded. Sorry, you gotta be there for YK's coffee chats. And a nice little pitch, WhatsApp for birds. So yeah, definitely gonna see some big moves out of Bird Zap in 2023. Keep your eyes out for that for Minsk. But other than that, should keep chat on. Where the heck is my chat even? Oh, why I reversed it. Let's do this. Okay. Ryan Carnio, both mostly because Theo spends a lot of time just talking to chat and doing random stuff. Yeah, but I mean, I think that's part of Theo's process at this point too. Like, part of the way that Theo's able to churn out so much value in so few streaming hours, and even in few prep hours, arguably. Like, I know he does a lot of prep for his streams and especially his interviews, but not as much as he could. Like, I just can't imagine as CEO he has, tens of hours per week to plan his content like that, just out of time limits in the day. But he does do some random talking to chat and things. I think that's what's so valuable about how Theo interacts, though, is his community interaction itself drives so much more content creation, so much more discussion, that itself, even if it's maybe less like information per minute in a stream, it's still bringing immense value to the ecosystem and to the tech community per stream, just by the people that he congregates. I mean, look at his chat. You'll literally have Ryan Carniato, Alex from TRPC, several Fang engineers, obviously, like some of the biggest tech content creators. You've got Primogen, all these people in there. And like, it blows my mind when I see, devs from Solid, from React, from Remix, from all of these frameworks, Tailwind people. Like, that's super cool. And we wouldn't have that space to be. We wouldn't have that chat to enjoy and ask those brilliant thought leaders and brilliant, creators and software developers for random advice or takes. Like, they wouldn't be reading chat and learning more about what the community loves and values about their services without that space. So for Theo, I think a huge part of his contribution and value that he brings to that space is just existing as a content creator in the specific niche that he's carved out, in the specific community that he's really worked hard to foster and to facilitate. Like, that is super valuable. And so, yeah, I think Ryan Carniato, if you go at like information density per minute, his streams probably beat Theo's right now in that ratio. but value to the ecosystem, I think Theo is, I mean, I don't know how I want to dress this up with language, but I mean, Theo, Primogen, some of these creators are truly disrupting the content meta, you know, and I think that's cheesy and somebody will probably hate on me for that. But seriously, like, just create T3 app is one very easy example. I won't even use the meme examples of like the one word tweet trend, but create React app. That's what he gets for calling me Nick. Create T3 app is a perfect example of like literal meta breaking content creation and community engagement. Like Theo's community and people like Nex and people like Julius have successfully disrupted a very real pain point in the software development tool chain and process, largely because Theo exists as a content creator. Like, that really happened. And yeah, both bring different kinds of value. But yeah, no, it's just like he's definitely innovated and come up with new ways to bring value to not just content creation and content creators, but the software development ecosystem through content creation. So I really appreciate people like Theo and Prime for that. And Prime is meta breaking in the way he thinks about and creates content. Prime is the best, or one of the best examples of a highly proficient expert pivoting into the most engaging style of entertainment tactically and intentionally, with a purpose and with a mission that he's very actively succeeding at, but so diligently and eloquently and just hilariously that I just what he and Flip have done, and I'll put a couple shout outs here, right? So first, shout out to Theo. Huge shout out to Theo. I wouldn't be live right now if it wasn't for Theo. Huge shout out to the Primogen. I have to wait a minute and do it. Okay, so next we're gonna shout out Prime, and then Primogen's editor, Flip Media. He's awesome. I've caught him stream a couple times. He doesn't stream a ton because he's usually busy grinding out those vids for the startup. But yeah, he's like one of very few confirmed startup employees and does amazing work on Prime's videos. I mean, I think it's hilarious. I don't know. I'm clearly a degenerate, but I just love that content. I love the way that he approaches it with that, you know, more meta breaking kind of, I'm gonna develop and design a narrative. I'm gonna create not a character. I've met him in real life. That's exactly who he is. Everything you see on stream is exactly how Prime is as a person. But so I'm not creating a character, but just, you know, the energy of the stream, the engagement with the chat, the engagement with the community, like his Discord, all of that has just been done exceptionally well and intentionally, where you definitely see the impact of creators approaching, approaching content creation, approaching these different platforms with an open mind to new strategies and new learning. And like we were saying with learning earlier, being agile about learning about content creation even. Like being agile and iterative in what you're doing with your content. I mean, watching Theo A/B testing thumbnails and YouTube titles has taught me a lot about how that actually, you know, something as silly as clickbaiting contributes substantially to your reach and impact as a creator. That's the hard truth nobody wanted to hear about on clickbaiting, because we all hate seeing clickbait. But the reality is, the way that the world plus algorithms plus the human brain works, clickbait is effective. And that means if you want your content to get to people's eyeballs, you should probably learn how to clickbait well and how to make a good thumbnail. Some people don't like that take. Some people don't think clickbaiting should be impactful. I don't think clickbaiting should be as impactful as it is. Doesn't change the world. If I make a YouTube video, I'm probably going to spend some time intentionally thinking about how to put a good title and thumbnail on there. Otherwise, I'm doing myself a disservice. Alright, there was the shout out to the Primogen. awesome content. Definitely, like, he's a very senior developer and highly proficient, so it can be hard to follow if you're newer to tech, if you're breaking in. But I love his content. All of his YouTube videos I would recommend, because some of them are more complex, but even the complex technical ones, you don't need to understand everything he's doing to see how he actually does things like performance testing between different frameworks and solutions or different algorithms. You don't need to know how he's navigating Vim to watch the end result of the code that he writes and what he gets done. And also, his Vim tutorials themselves are just very packed with content, very dense with content. Yes, I've watched Trash live a couple times. Trash is another awesome. I'll give him a shout out. Is it Flip Media or Flip Edits? I think it's Flip Edits on Twitter? Nope. Flip Edits on Twitch. I had it right. Yeah, so it's 1 minute, but I think I can queue it up. So let's see if I just do both of these. Let's see what happens. Trash_dev. All right, let's see if those both go out automatically now. But yeah, I mean, dude, I could do a full video on content creators I like and why. That would be a fun, I don't think that'd be a good YouTube video, but maybe for a stream one day. So I didn't think I could queue it, but I did one a minute ago. I did that with Prime. See? It said only one can be activated at a time, and then the shout out to Prime just fired after 60 seconds. So we'll see. Oh, you did it. I see. Dev is right and I am wrong. So in a minute, we'll get those shout outs rolling. But yeah, let's watch the first minute of this video just because this was a very, very good...
I know a lot of y'all are stuck. Let's talk about...
Also, shout out to Mir, if Mir's still around. Yeah, Mir's did the editing on this, and this was really awesome. This is one of the first videos where, like, his editing was really starting to, like, hit that up and up. You know, he was doing a lot more tactics.
Tutorial hell and how to get out of it specifically. I know a lot of y'all are stuck in tutorial hell. I've seen the view numbers on Pedro's channel. You guys are deep in those tutorials. You are just eating up every word you can, watching these long videos teaching you every detail about React and how to use every feature. I don't know every feature in React. I know like half of them. You don't need to have every single detail of every single thing you use memorized. In fact, it slows you down significantly, and more importantly, it gives you no understanding of how important different pieces are. No tutorial can teach you which parts of a framework or a language are the ones that you are going to need to use, and there is no way for you to prioritize for yourself which things need to be learned if you're learning for the sake of learning rather than for the sake of building. And the harsh reality is, there will always be more to learn. You will never know JavaScript. You will never know React. You will know enough of them to build things, so you should focus on that. The sooner you can get away from tutorials and into building, the better. It will help you significantly in the success of your own learnings. I often compare this to skateboarding, which I find myself doing more and more in my old age of missing my board. Skateboards are not learned in a classroom, sitting there as the professor tells you about the history of skateboards and how they work for 8 hours a day. Skateboarding isn't learned by sitting there watching tutorial after tutorial of every single trick ever done. Skateboarding is learned by taking a piece of wood with wheels on it, going outside, and hitting the ground over and over again until you ride away. You get better at skateboarding by being bad at skateboarding. You get better at code by being bad at code. Not from tutorials, not from sitting there watching video after video. Honestly, not from my videos either. My videos are a great way to hear about new things, get motivated a bit, get excited about stuff you might not have that energy for. But none of that's going to make you successful as a developer. I should be a fun thing you do in your free time. God, sirens. I know as soon as I start talking again, they're going to go off again. I know how this works.
Ooh, that pan. Look at that zoom out pan. Oh, the crickets. Mir. That's some dope editing right there. You see that, guys? Mir. Great work. You're killing it. Love it. Back to the video.
Do not know what you need to know till you're building what you want to build. And the thought... I find that tutorials trick you in a way into feeling like you have to go learn the whole framework or the whole tool or the whole technology. and that these much longer haul things you have to go learn, they don't resemble how the day-to-day of being an engineer works. We're not constantly reading every detail of every code base we touch. We're not 100% familiar with every feature of React. If I was to go do a React tutorial right now, I would learn things, almost definitely. The reality is, I don't need to know those things, or I would have learned them by now. When I think about learning programming, I don't think about fields like biology, where you have to go sit in class for hours. I think more about skateboarding, where the thought of sitting in class and being told how a skateboard works it's funny to me. That feeling of failure and that familiarity with doing things wrong is so essential to figuring out what doing things right is. If you're presented 5 features in React and you need to figure out which ones to learn and learn more about, you don't know how to value those until you're building things with React. You cannot know which features are the most worth your time until you're building things with them. And the best way to figure out what things are worth learning is by using them. If you go out there and start building stuff, you'll quickly figure out what you don't know.
All right, so we're gonna stop it right there for a second. So yeah, I want to do an example of this. So please, if anybody's in chat, and I haven't looked at YouTube chat in a year and a half, but if anybody's in YouTube chat, yep, nope, still just me. We're good. Let's do a live unblock. So give me some kind of block or some kind of issue that you hit while working on something. This can be general too. You can say like, hey, we made a next app and we need to bring in the database, right? We want to use Prisma. We got T3, but what do we write? And we're just gonna go from that, and let's talk about how do you actually approach the learning process? Where do you look for the solutions? Or somebody give me a bug that you encountered recently that was highly specific. So dependency hell, or an issue with libraries colliding, or a library got updated and they broke something in a backwards incompatible fashion, because I want to show some specific examples. So if anybody knows like, hey, I was working with React recently and I tried upgrading React and this library broke, or these dependencies I couldn't find, I got a pure dependency resolution issue when incorporating these 2 libraries. I want a specific example, and then we're going to show like how to go from Google to finding the information that's really going to help you fix it the fastest. So I think that's what I'm trying to get at here. Any problem? Yeah, so this could be something, I mean, again, nothing proprietary, so don't reveal like stuff at a corporate company you're working at that you shouldn't, you're under contract not to talk about. But yeah, like especially side projects and things, literally pull up an error code, or all right, moving code from JavaScript to TypeScript. This is a great, yeah. And let's do, what's a good place to put code samples? You can put them on like a code sandbox would be great, like TS Playground, or I don't know what all of these stacks are. I always forget all the, what's the new one? Replit has some, this is not the right tab. Well, no, we'll just do it here. Awesome. So this is Nesty from, I know him from Theo's Discord. We've talked quite a bit over there. Huge load of errors, but it works. So this is a Next.js project, bootstrapped with Create Next app. And we're going to give this a start. This is going to suck. So we'll do some live coding here. We'll go ahead and pull this up and see if we can get this thing to run. No! Dude, I hate VS Code so much. I'm gonna rage. Oof to oof. Alright, so this is a random prime thing. But we're just gonna clone down. And npm run dev. Do I need an npm install first? Let's try that. Oh, it's the next conf landing page. Awesome. Okay, yeah, I saw they did a lot of the, they like open source or a blog post about the Next.js conference page, which is awesome. So if you haven't seen that, I think npm dev, I think that would have installed. But yeah, let's take a look. Nope. So if you haven't seen the Next Conf website, and this might obliterate my CPU while I'm streaming, but this is hopefully not doxing anything. I was like, is my ticket number? I don't know. Don't look at my tickets. So what is this? You can pick your style, but the cool thing was go and explore. Yeah, see, something about something is not good on my computer. I think my Chrome isn't hardware accelerating 3D for some reason. I think I'm missing a... We could debug that. Yeah, so like I said, this is like basically unusable right now. I could pull up things and try to profile it. But anyways, there's really cool 3D animations going on. Just you'll have to trust me. Most likely errors with WebGL. This is awesome. I love this. I love this a lot. Cannot load content. So I've got a Chrome extension that might be screwing it up. Let's try incognito. See if that fixes it. Oh, did I not click explore over here? Thank you. I love when people put these Easter eggs. Replicache is what they're using for the multiplayer. Okay, so this is like a little better. But yeah, the idea is it's a beam of light, and these are prisms that reflect it. So if you drag one of these cubes in, it's going to reflect. You can rotate it. And it's using 3JS and Poimandres stuff, which Poimandres is amazing. If you guys don't know, oh, there, let's go back here. Yeah, I think something, I don't know. This seems to be pretty smooth. Poimandres makes some of the most amazing, there's an open source developer collective, and they make just some of the most amazing 3D libraries, React libraries around JavaScript, just that. Like React or JavaScript libraries that have to do with animation, use gesture, awesome if you're doing gestures. Also, like these animations, the examples themselves are so beautifully done. React Spring for physics library. Yeah, check out this GitHub. How am I not following? I'm going to sponsor them too. But Poimandres is amazing, amazing, amazing developer collective. And they helped with the Next Comp site. So I didn't try the check their VR library. Ooh, that sounds sick. So I need to relaunch Chrome. I'm gonna lose everything. Yes. So if you're watching a YouTube video and you need to like close your browser or whatever, dude, this is gonna suck if I lose all of my Chrome windows. I'm gonna lose all my chats and everything. Whatever. So you go to share and you hit to start the video at a certain point, and then it gives you a URL. So just copy that URL and then paste it into your browser.
Much more effectively.
And then you can relaunch and everything's gonna explode. Oh boy, it's trying to reopen everything. What's that gonna do? Huh? Seemed to go pretty well, actually. Sorry for doubting you, Chrome. That was nice. Yeah, I'm back in chat, I think. Okay, that right there should fix. I didn't check that already because I swear I enabled that like a month ago. But anyways, that should definitely fix this. That was surprisingly uneventful. Yeah, right? Nothing really broke. Yeah, I mean, look at this responsiveness, right? Okay, so now that we're actually using my oh my gosh. That's like freaking 60 FPS, dude. This is so beautiful. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. I had a terrible experience. Yeah, so now I feel really bad about this because it's my own fault. But I had a terrible experience getting like conference, you know, doing the little ticket and everything. But this was the experience I was expecting with a nice graphics card. Like, look at that surface. Look at the diffusion on that. Like, this is beautiful. Babe, have you seen this? A website. Is that not the most gorgeous thing?
That is beautiful.
And it's all like super dynamic and like real time on.
Oh, that's really cool.
Really cool, says the wife. Impressive. You hear that? You hear that, Vercel? That is... Okay, this is kind of sick how it's... Was it always that perfectly straight down? Because that looked like the Astra logo right there for a minute. That was like kind of really sick. I'm gonna tweet that at Astra or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being silly. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna take a look at the code. One character. Exclamation point. Also, this is one of my favorite things to see on Twitter, is when I use exactly the number of characters. What's the... This guy. Isn't that right? Probably my favorite thing is to see that 0. Need to catch up on all of this. Ooh! Oh my gosh, this is so good. This is amazing. Oh my